This is Lisa's space. Let her have the conversation if that's what she wants.
No, we're not having the conversation. CEO invited the conversation to happen, and then he leaves.
Now you guys want to listen.
I just know that. I just sat down here and started looking at the phone, and noticed there's no CEO. Hold on. Y'all, can y'all mute Rock? Or do something, drop him or whatever. Okay, so this is what's going on.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu having this message to President Trump.
Wait, let me start this over because Benjamin is playing in y'all's face because now I don't even know what this is about, but where the frick did it go? Let me see if I can pull it back up again. He's just, you know what? We must be some real big dummies over here. Hold on.
I'm determined that we will achieve all our goals.
Start one more time, because I keep going back over this.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu having this message to President Trump.
I'm determined that we will achieve all our goals, all their nuclear facilities. We can do this. But the decision of the president, whether he wants to join or not again, is his decision. He will do what is good for the United States, and I will do what is good for the state of Israel.
Now, to my knowledge, he just put this out 8 hours ago. It says Netanyahu's message to Trump as he weighs Iran's strike. But from what I'm understanding from all you guys for the last couple of days, he can't complete his mission without the United States. But he just came on and said that he's going to complete this mission no matter what.
Yeah, he's going to cause chaos until Big Brother comes and saves him.
But Big Brother cannot come save him because they got bigger brothers. You can little bro China and Russia. You know what I'm saying? All right, go. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. They're in a gridlock.
I actually don't know what you're saying.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Can I? What I just said.
Wait, Rock, can I ask you a question?
If you guys kill the Ayatollah, you guys are going to open Pandora's box.
You guys.
Yeah. Wait, Rock, can I ask you a question, please?
Shoot it for me, please.
Thank you.
I'm going to walk in my office so I can have...
Okay, cool.
Do you work at a daycare? Because I hear lots of kids. Is your office in a daycare?
Yeah,
all right, allow me to ask the question.
Oh, but I see, I'm hearing your baby.
He's a strong black father, Lisa.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Very smart one, too.
All right.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Very much. All right, Rock, what would you, instead of like the analysis about what's going on over there and all that, what do you want to happen over there? What's that? What do you want to happen over there?
Is he mic'd up?
I don't know. I guess his office doesn't have...
These babies is giving him hell.
Wi-Fi.
Listen, these babies is giving him hell, so they won't lay down, go to bed, nothing else.
All right. Are you there? Are you there? Rock? Rock, are you?
Yeah.
We hear you.
You can't be awake from Rock.
Okay.
Scotty, do you know what they're talking about when they're saying live breaking Israel rescue flights arrive in Florida? Does anybody know what that's about?
No, that's just getting people out of Israel to their hometown, whatever it is. So that's all. Because no commercial flights are going. Rock, if you can answer my question, what do you want ideally to happen over there? Okay, he said nothing.
Lisa, the governor of the United has sent not just Coast Guards, but National Guard, state of Florida to escort them to Tampa and other parts of Florida. And I read an article where they said Israel was limiting flights to deter citizens from leaving, but many of them were taking boats to Cyprus. A lot of them were leaving by boat, by Cyprus, but the ones that's DeSantis bringing them over here to Florida, to Tampa.
Oh, it's just a PR show. That's all it is.
Well, no, on the PR show. Look, CEO ain't here. I wish he was. So this is also affecting Israel's economy. We have a couple of Israeli companies that we were talking to that we've had to stop the discussion, during this. You can't keep one of the things what Iran's idea is, and they've lost I think 74 missile launchers, which is a lot. But if they can keep this constant bombardment up of Israel, eventually 2 weeks from now, it starts to affect the Israeli economy. They've had some damage to the oil infrastructure.
Are you addressing what I said, or are you saying something else? Because I'm talking about the DeSantis thing with the National Guard. All of that is all the extra stuff, and that's the PR show. My bad. I'm sorry. I was thinking you said something. My bad, Scotty. You're right.
What's wrong with you, boy? You say, I'm sorry. What up, Trey? I've been drinking, nigga. CEO. I know that's how you last night calling Matt your nigga. You was a boy. I want to say one thing real quick to Lisa. I apologize for earlier if I was rude. You know I love you. It's Friday. I'm gonna. Is replays on? Replays is on. I can't say what I was going to do. But I think you should talk to the CEO about the long-term implications of the economy on this deal.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. But I was just messing with you, Trent, being irritated at the same time. Because when you came in here and said that Trump had a news conference, and it sounded like one of the best. Clear. You used a word. I don't know what that word. Succinct. And we went back and played it, and I was like, what is going on with Trent? I have more respect for his intelligence than for him to come in here and say this, and we listen to this nutcase. Have you guys heard this thing?
Trent was drunk when he told you this, love.
Okay, because did you hear it, April? Because I can play the.
I haven't heard it, but I know it's gonna be some fucking word salad bullshit.
Yeah, play Lisa.
And please, you guys, listen carefully to your president.
Trent was drunk since last night. Trent, put this shit down, man. You've been drunk since last night, bro. Hey, listen, we have a barbecue down here in Texas for Juneteenth. You need to get your fucking ribs with the whiskey. Yeah, you told Matt you was his boy last night.
Yo, Bruce, settle down.
Patty, did you say he's been drunk since last month?
Definitely have.
Hey, let me tell you what's going on. There's no right now. There's no flights. There's no way that citizens could get out of Israel right now. And they're continuously bombing Iran and continuously continue this damn shit. Why don't have a ceasefire? Let the people leave, and they can fire and bomb the military each other.
Okay, Rob, can I ask my question?
They actually are getting out of there. This is crucial.
One plane at a time, 9 million people. One plane at a time, 270.
Wait, Rock, can I ask the question? Can you answer the question that I asked before? I will ask it again. What do you want to happen over there, ideally?
Oh my God, this is crazy.
What is crazy about a simple question like that?
Does he shirt out every time you ask this question? Does he shirt out? What's going on?
What do you mean? I'm here for you guys, so you guys can take the answer. What I want to happen over there, I want all the military leaders to get with the military leaders in Iran and go in the stadium and they go fight and leave the people alone.
Okay. See, he wants to do Hunger Games. That works.
For them. Because like I said, if I had certain intelligence like the Prime Minister does, I would know that Iran would bomb my ass back. Okay? I would know that. Meaning that my citizens would be warned to get the fuck out of Dodge 2 days prior to that. But that's not the game they're playing. They don't care about us. Like the esoteric world says, we are in the soul prison planet. Maybe they're right. Maybe our leaders trying to see the first one that's going to free us. Literally. Because that's the math that they're mathing to. You get that? The same math as in Ukraine could beat Russia. Can Cuba beat America?
Okay, guys.
That's where he lost me.
What the?
I'm being honest to you. It's the same
Wait,
thing.
that's where he lost you?
What the hell?
What the hell? I know it's tracking. This is a little bit nuts.
wanted to hear this.
Stupendous.
Yeah. I think CEO's just trying to fuck with us.
You know, always got your back, but CEO, you messy for this.
I know, and not only that, he tells them
I wanted to entertain them.
with this shit.
I wanted to entertain.
Then you guys can go into a personal channel back there, and he can entertain you all night.
You see that shit? He goes to the 4020 lounge for the entertainment. Because he know damn well he ain't doing that shit now, but we would have dropped it.
Rocks at the top of my list.
Yeah, I don't get this shit.
You would have been saying, well, it's clear. It is clear that you don't get this shit, sir. Clear as
Out of
day.
every city in America, there's a person on Clubhouse
Okay,
like
I can't, you guys. I'm serious. You guys, okay, stop. What's
wrong with you, Lisa? You like my voice?
I just don't, right now, God, I can't, you guys. I'm really.
I put him in a hard timeout.
Y'all tripping right now.
I put him in a hard timeout.
Thank you, because this, I've been working all day. I don't want to really be coming in here playing like this. This is crazy. If he was adding something to the conversation, I would be more than happy to entertain it. But he's not adding shit to this conversation. I don't even know what he's talking about. All right.
And he has kids too. God help us.
And he's talking about it in his office. What the F? Hold on. I'm going to play this clip so you guys can hear. Trent is gone. The people who cause all this motherfucking confusion, they come in and they leave. They come in and they leave. They drop a big turd in the middle of my living room and then they leave. They come back and they ask, where's the turd? And I said, I cleaned that shit up, and they do another turd. So I'm trying to get this back on track here. We're talking about Trump and the intelligence. He just shit on Tulsi and everybody else who works for the United States Intelligence Division by telling the world that we don't know, that his intelligence is wrong. So should the rest of the world trust us? Our intelligence? If our own president is saying that the intelligence is wrong? I don't understand why people's hair is not on fire when this man is talking.
And if he is so against Iraq invasion, why isn't he demanding proof of the weapons of mass destruction that Iran has from the intelligence division?
Or from Israel.
Yes.
Lisa, you talk about intelligence. The question I have is, my understanding is that in order for the U.S. to go to war, there has to be a declaration of war by Congress. So if he dropped this bomb, but he's going to start a war first, then go back and ask for Congress, even though Congress is, both the House and the Senate are just kowtowing to what his ever demands are. But the question is, before you send your American lives to be killed, unless Iran hits a bunch of American assets, people or ships or something, then I could see United States retaliating in the most aggressive manner possible. But anything other than that, should Congress just make an act first and enact the War Powers Act for him to do that?
Yep. He can say preemptive.
So you can say a preemptive strike, even though if American targets are not hit?
Israel's already building an army for their stuff.
So he can launch airstrikes. He can do certain things without authorization. And only thing he has to do is give Congress like 48-hour notice that he's deploying soldiers. He has 60 days that he can fucking have them out there, and then there's a 30-day that they'd have to deploy back. The thing is, a lot of Congress is probably gonna fund it because you got soldiers out there, and they want to make sure that they get funding.
Can I just say another thing? In 2018 at the Helsinki summit, you might remember when Trump said that he didn't believe that Russia or Putin had interfered in the 2016 election. He later said he misquoted or he misspoke, But it's not the first time that he's decided that the U.S. intelligence service doesn't know what they're doing and he knows better. So it's just form for this guy.
I know someone mentioned about a second warship being sent to the Middle East area. My question from the Asian Pacific region, my concern then, China.
Did we handle your first question first, NW? Do any of you?
Lisa, are you gonna play the clip?
Yes,
I am. I was just wondering if any of you mods want to jump in and help this young man with his inquiry. And was it satisfied, NW? Because you
yes, it was.
Another question.
Yes, it was satisfied. Someone gave the dates, what Congress has to do, have 48 hours. Someone did respond.
Okay,
on the process.
All right. And before I play this clip, NW, what's your next question? Because I have really smart green beans up here. And while they're here and still awake and not haywire, I might as well add one green bean that's not really that smart. There you go, Green. Can you ask your second question before we all go to sleep? Or
yes.
You're gonna talk.
Yes, very quick. It was a very short question. I think if Trump puts more military assets towards Israel, and what's the concern that China is looking at Taiwan? What that impact may be? That's my concern, because I can see if Taiwan then goes after Taiwan, we really will have a global war, a world war at that point.
Any of the moderators want to answer his question? Hey, Ed.
Yeah, I actually wanted to comment on that question specifically. This is all theory. This isn't anything I read, but I actually think China is analyzing Trump's moves with respect to violence in the Middle East to try and anticipate how he would respond to an emergency in Taiwan. So they're looking at how he, kind of rides the fence and saying, is he more prone to be aggressive, or, what would he do? Should we do something aggressive in Taiwan? I really think they're doing that.
That's interesting, Ed. I like that. I like your take on that.
Yeah, that's good, Ed.
Good job, Ed. Always good to have you on stage.
Always. Okay.
So China's playing chess, and Trump is playing hopscotch.
Monopoly.
No.
You guys are. Damn.
We have to protect Taiwan. That is the world's computer chips, whatever else and stuff that's held over there, cobalt, all that other stuff. So, yeah, it's really, really strategic, and it's really important that channel stays open and that America does whatever necessary to keep that channel and those waterways open. For real, because it'd be a disaster if China closes that off.
I don't even understand what you're saying. What waterway?
Taiwan, the straits and stuff up through Taiwan and all that opens up, So, yeah, I was talking about up along Taiwan and their straits and stuff, and keeping that open, not only to military traffic, but commercial traffic. China has always wanted to cut off the straits and not allow other ships except for what they select. Well, they don't really own the middle part of that water. That's international. So there's some problems when you try to encroach in international waters, because nobody owns that. So that's why America would certainly get on the ball to keep those international waters open.
Can anyone add or subtract to what Ashton just said? Because I'm kind of confused.
I can subtract.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Y'all not know what I'm talking about. Straight.
He's
He's like I said, I'm fine. What is going on? I thought I was clear and concise.
Ashley, can you say it again, please? I want to listen closely.
Shut up, CEO.
No, I'm being serious.
Oh,
I'm being
okay,
serious.
I'm
being serious.
Go ahead, because I don't understand.
I was just
saying what you said, because we got all this intelligent green people here.
Yeah, just essentially saying that America would do whatever's necessary to keep international waters open, and they would not allow for Taiwan to be attacked by China. It would be absolutely devastating if that channel is cut off. It is important to keep that channel open to military traffic, and not only military but commercial cargo traffic. China shuts that off, it would be a disaster for a lot of the world. They'd have to go around long ways, and that wouldn't work out for a lot of ships and stuff, long routes. So that's just stuff I think about when I'm looking at this globe on my table.
For trade, I heard her. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep the trade open, and if that trade is shut off in international waters, there could be a global disaster around the world. Those international waters allow all ships to bear in that strait. Go ahead.
But if they block the strait, our Navy ships will be stuck in there from the Yemen missiles. So if that little gap is closed, you guys, Ashton, you talk to them. From now on, y'all talk to Ashton. Ashton, you talk to me.
Well, no, y'all don't have no private conversation. I don't know that. Okay, let me play this clip. Y'all stop playing. Hi, 10. Welcome to the stage. Welcome to the stage, 10. How are you?
Well, go on. More jump in for this, you know. So, you know.
Okay, got you.
Right.
Okay, got you. All right, 10. Thank you so much. Let me play this clip. Ooh, what is going on? I know I've been at work all day, and I don't know what y'all been doing, but you could have invited me to the party. Because right now, I don't even understand what you guys are talking about.
Hey, Lisa, I figured it out. Look
at a globe. Lisa, you got a globe. Everybody got a globe. Look at the globe on your table. It's that simple. Look at a globe, your latitude and longitude lines. Those lines run north, south, east, west.
Breaking news. Lisa, it's the solstice. This is why this is happening.
Okay, Scotty, thank you.
Breaking news before you play the tape.
Yes, Miss Deborah.
Mahmoud Khalil is out. He's released from detention.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's on bail, right?
Can you tell them who he is? Because there are some people in there who don't know who this person is.
Yeah, he's the one that was detained. No, I can't tell you specifically.
He was a Colombian student protester.
Yeah.
He was one of the first detained by Trump with this immigration crackdown. He was kidnapped away from his pregnant wife.
Mm-hmm.
They fought really hard to try to get him back because he was put in a non-disclosed location and all that stuff. So they finally got him to where he needs to go, and now he's out of.
Okay, and also breaking news here. As of 30 minutes ago, the Israeli military is saying that they're being hit again by Iran. I thought Iran was going to run out of toys. And everybody, of course, is to get into the bomb shelters until further notice. And then I go down the timeline here. So far, as of 4 hours ago, so somebody said while I was driving that Israel is trying to hide or trying to suppress anything that's coming out there as far as any damage that's been done by Iran. So as of 4 hours ago, 33 people were physically injured by a strike from Iran on, how do you say this, Scotty? Haifa? Is it Haifa? Haifa. In northern Israel, according to figures shared with CNN, one person is serious condition. So these bombs, or these missiles rather, are definitely getting through, but we don't know the extent of the damage because they're not allowing the damage to be reported. Is that what you guys are saying? Am I correct with that?
So Haitian, come off, Mike.
Their hospital got hit. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday?
Yeah.
Haitian.
Here's Aaron. Haitian, and Patty's calling you. Can you hear this?
No, so the reason, Lisa, I don't know if you had heard, Patty had mentioned that it's protocol to standard practice to want to not have media or want to have media suppression in terms of the damage that is happening. So it isn't tip the hand to the aggressors to be able to target other areas.
So the reason why I wanted you to come off Mike Haitian.
Whatever.
This is normal protocol when there's when you're having a conflict, right? Where they turn off the internet because they don't want. Or civilians, it sounds like they're being suppressed.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, it's normal protocol. It's been normal protocol for us, right?
Yep.
You have to wait until the actual. So I can see, and I know Haitian can see. When you're deployed, I can see that building A in front of me was hit by a mortar round. That's what Patty's gonna say. So if we have internet, Patty won't call home. But what happens is there's other people around you that might call and be like, "Yo, we just got hit by a mortar," or yada yada yada. And my homegirl lived in a chew that was, or lived in a tent that was adjacent to that area.
Patty, don't forget that the Taliban was tracking U.S. soldiers off of Fitbits.
Right. So that's why they cut everything off. They're not doing nothing to suppress the people. They're trying to suppress the information. Like, that's intel. They want to make sure that the families are actually contacted first, because the government wants to do that. They want to control the narrative, and they also want to protect certain strategic shit that may have happened to maybe not make it look like it's as bad, because they don't want the enemy to think like, "Oh, we got you, bro."
I wanted to ask this question earlier. I wanted to ask
One point spoil. I get that. I know they also passed a law to criminalize the citizens. But my issue is, I get that, but they still allow international journalists there. They refuse to allow any journalists in Gaza.
Yeah, but journalists still can't even tell everything, right?
Yeah, but they're there. They're not allowing any journalists in Gaza. None. Zero. Unless you are vetted. Right now. And then censored. And then whatever they report has to go through Israel's censors. At least they have journalists on the ground there in Israel. It's not. You're not allowed in Gaza. And if they do allow a Fox or somebody there with their IDF, and then their report has to be censored. There's no.
So the same happens on our side, Levon. I don't think you understand that. So my first deployment was Warhorse, right? Warhorse was an area where they had a lot of the Marines. Okay, so even though you may think a journalist is in certain areas, they're not in every area. And then there's certain things that they cannot report. It's the same thing. It just.
That's why
It's different. I'll post articles. It's all international.
How do you know that it's different when you have never been deployed, Levon?
I have many people in the front.
I don't care if you got many people. Was your many people in command? I'm telling you how it goes. Let me tell you a secret, bro. I used to get freaking briefed. We'd have to get briefed through VTC from the fucking general that was over Iraq about what the fuck our soldiers were doing. So, if shit gets cut off, we can get all the information within 24 hours and still have everything cut off in 48 hours. So you don't know, you're talking from your living room. And you may be talking because somebody's giving you a little bit of information, maybe not telling you the whole truth. But shit gets cut off. Y'all gotta stop pretending that this is not a normal thing. This is normal.
That wasn't my argument, Patty. I agree that it's normal. What I'm saying is, there are still journalists allowed in Israel. There are none allowed in Gaza. And I'm going to post articles. Why?
And that's fine. There was none allowed in Warhorse. There was none allowed on Falcon. There was a whole bunch in Baghdad that would go out with the Baghdad soldiers that had salsa night. The fucking journalists that were with military troops were in Baghdad. They weren't at the COP with motherfucking Haitian. I can bet you that. Because they're not allowed over there. They're not in fucking Warhorse because they're not allowed over there. They wasn't in fucking Ramadi because they ain't allowed over there. When they were on these fucking vehicles, they were coming out of Victory. They weren't coming out of Falcon. They weren't coming out of Kalsu. They wasn't coming out of Warhorse. There are certain areas that are going to be restricted to fucking journalists.
Why are there more journalists killed in Gaza?
LeVon, you're right, bro. You're right, sis. You're right. No, because you're still arguing a point that doesn't make sense. Why would they allow them in Gaza when the fucking shit is fucked up over there? It's an ongoing war.
Yeah, but we need to report.
The International Journalists Association worldwide has stated more journalists has been targeted and killed in Gaza in a year than 50 wars. In 50 years. I will post it. It's not what I'm saying. That's what their own journalists, wartime correspondents is saying. That's not me.
So you think they're being targeted by the IDF? You don't think they're being targeted by Hamas?
I think
let me tell you something, sis. I'm fucking Muslim. So let me tell you something. I don't fuck with Hamas. I don't fuck with Bibi either, but I really don't fuck with Hamas.
That's a minute argument about Hamas. I can't stand them. I'm saying.
Yeah, but the thing is, why would they be in Gaza, sis?
Why not?
They would be in Gaza when it's calm. We've seen them when it's calm. But when them flyers are coming out the plane, they're fucking forcing them out. Why would they have them there during a combat?
There was during the
news is new. You go into Gaza and you report. You report wherever there are things occurring.
It don't work like that, Ken. It don't, babe. Listen, I get y'all think it does. I get y'all think it does. It doesn't work like that.
Yes, it works like that, ma'am. If there's a big attack in the Bronx, somebody has to report.
Okay, you're right.
You know what I said? Just report the thing.
Dude, you guys aren't even listening.
They ain't never been nowhere, so they think they know the fucking rules of engagement. It doesn't work like that. But you know what? Since y'all think that reporters can be just any and every fucking where, guess what? You put certain lives in danger. So certain areas, they are going to be restricted. And I agree, they shouldn't be in Gaza when war is going on. Because I wouldn't want you in certain parts of fucking Iraq or fucking Afghanistan or fucking parts of Syria when certain shit is popping on.
Give them proximity though. They still gotta
be protected. Why do y'all think that they don't gotta be protected? Go ahead.
Let me put this to rest real quick, right? So, regardless of what we think, certain things happen a certain way. If you look up the reporter Michael Hastings, he was with my unit at one point, right? We didn't take him everywhere with us. A reporter for Rolling Stone, and he's I'm not gonna go into too much detail. You can look him up yourself and see he was mysteriously passed away. And yeah, anyway, but in the military, you have fucking photographers and reporters in the military also that get embedded with units when shit's about to pop off, and they're the ones sending footage back and dealing with the media.
And we could control that narrative.
And the last time somebody was really with a unit and fucked things up was Geraldo when he was drawing out with the sand in the sand where the fuck the soldiers were at on national TV.
I don't know why people be thinking that this is not suppression. This is what has to happen.
I'm saying you know, Bakati, to be fair, you could say it's suppression, but we have to say, okay, when shit pops off, that's protocol.
Right, and
like it or not, it is what it is.
Okay, so you are right. It would be suppression of certain information because it's highly it's highly guarded, right? Something can be classified, go from classified to fucking top secret or the secret, right? So we can't allow them to do certain things. It's just not feasible. I don't know why y'all think
that's even people in uniform. Not every soldier is on the same fucking the same need to know basis. The same access. Some soldiers aren't going up in the jock and seeing what's going on in there.
The only reason why the United States government allowed fucking journalists to go with them, to me, I felt like it was a campaign to get more soldiers to join. We have our own PAOs. We have our own PAOs. We have our own public affairs officers. So if we wanted fucking information to get out, Department of Defense has their own PAO. And we could filter the information. The reason why they let Fox News, this person, to try to be quote unquote transparent. But these motherfuckers ain't everywhere with soldiers, trust me.
I'm not sure why civilians would think that they need to play-by-play everything that's happening. I mean, you have to not let all the secrets out. So why should everything be publicized?
You don't need everything to be publicized, but what you do need is some independent verification of what has occurred. And whilst I get what Patty's saying and what Haitian's saying, countries do allow reporters to go in and see what's happened after the aftermath. Clearly, you don't want to give everything away, but if you don't allow journalists to report on what they're seeing and then you shoot them, people question what you tell them.
And LeVon, how do you know if this protocol is different than other protocols? You ain't never read the protocol. And if you have, let me know. Tell me what the Milford message was, or what the SIG Act was that you read.
Patty, I was agreeing with what you said. That's what.
No, but you said this is. You said this is next level. How is it next level? Have you ever read a SIG Act?
Go read the links and then I'll come back and talk to you.
I don't give a damn about no links. The links don't produce SIG Acts. The links don't produce SIG Acts. They don't produce Milford messages. They don't produce PERSCOM messages. They don't produce none of that. It don't produce op-ords. It don't produce old plans. It don't produce pragos. Y'all only get what you need to get.
The international.
Y'all get cookies and ice cream, and we might give you some fucking milk with it sometimes. Sometimes it might be goddamn almond milk. Sometimes it might be real milk. Sometimes it's fucking water. That's what the fuck we give you.
So why is the media there in the first place? If the military has all these capabilities, which they do, and right, they don't need the media there in the public.
It's a campaign to allow citizens to feel like they are doing the right thing. Bush started that shit because when he fucking sent them soldiers to Iraq without Congress approval, he said, let me send Geraldo. He's real famous and everybody likes him. Let me send this motherfucker. He sent them as a fucking campaign, I love the army type shit. And they're doing the right thing. And let's because people were saying certain shit on why are we going to fucking Iraq? Everybody was on board with Afghanistan because of what happened with 9/11. But when Iraq happened in 2003, which would have been 2 years later, and he said, I'm going to send them fucking soldiers over there, and then he had to beg Congress for some fucking money so that the soldiers could keep moving forward because they're already in the middle of fucking Iraq. He had to fucking put a campaign out there for a reason.
Am I allowed to say something?
Go ahead. But if you say one more thing about some goddamn newspaper articles, I'm fucking bouncing because honestly, I'm fucking sick of this shit.
But you can say what you have to say and we can disagree and agree to disagree. But what I am telling you is...
I'm not telling you how to fucking do a transfusion.
I'm not stopping you from telling me, and I'm not going to yell at you.
Yeah, but I wouldn't know.
But I wouldn't limit you trying to tell me. You can tell me what your views.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I'm not that nigga though.
And I'm
not. Let me tell you something. Originally, I was a biology major. I done told y'all this shit, right? Because I was supposed to go pre-med. So my first degree, when I was in school, my bachelor's is biology. Then I went over to business. So yeah, I did some little medical terminology, biology and vertebrae. I did all my goddamn science and math classes. But I'm not going to tell you how to do your fucking job. And I'm not going to tell you that the newspaper said cookies and ice cream when it's motherfucking steak and fucking eggs.
But I'm never going to yell at you.
Okay, I got you, LeVon. But you know, let me tell you something, babe. Let me tell you something. If I already told you it ain't right and this is what actually happens, why are you going to try to tell me what the fucking New York Times told you?
Because
that's why I said, Haitian, please come off mic, because I did not want to. I wanted him to say this is what actually happens. Because I don't know if you're trying to play in my face. We can play in each other's face. I go to Syncom, you know that, right? I go to Tampa, and we can play in each other's face. And we can have a conversation.
Ain't nobody trying to play in your face. I'm not even yelling.
I'm just saying. No, I'm not yelling. I'm being rude.
The links because
I'm being honest. We can have a conversation. I don't care about no links. Your links ain't got shit to do with fucking the messages.
Don't read it, but then don't bark at me if I give an alternate view.
It's fine, but if I already told you, you only get so much information. You try to tell me that this is what it says. I don't care what it says. I told you. This is why they do that. That's it, babe. I'm not making up no story. I ain't trying to protect the country because Iran do the same thing. Iran did it. Syria did it. United States of America did it. The UK did it. Why the fuck are we critiquing what Israel did?
Minnesota shooter. Do you have a letter from the FBI? I guess the FBI has that Tim Walz wanted him to kill Senator Amy Klobuchar.
Crazy.
The fuck, man. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Can you repeat
and
that?
And now MAGA's gonna run with that, Haitian.
Haitian, can you repeat that?
Yeah. So the killer in Minnesota. In the letter that the FBI has, I guess it says that Tim Walz asked him to kill Senator Amy Klobuchar, whatever how you pronounce her name, the one from over there in Minnesota also. Klobuchar, yeah. Yep. So interesting. And I don't know if y'all saw it this morning. Well, I saw it this morning because I stopped in some piece of shit room, but they're saying that there's video footage of Carmelo Anthony, and he wasn't physically harmed, right? But again, it's not released to the public. So, you know,
It wasn't physically harmed. Okay,
so
there's a lot coming out. There's a lot going on the stage.
Haitian, they told us, well, I have his room, but my thing is, the school said that they were not going to release that to the public. So how did they see the video?
So, like I told Pepe, first of all, so what happened is that I guess they released it. They allowed two supposed media organizations to watch it, right? Supposedly there, but like I said earlier, we said to them, I don't believe shit y'all have to say. Motherfuckers, you could see shit in your face and say it's not happening. But we supposed to believe you motherfuckers because you saying that you have the video? Fuck out of here, man. You go listen to the replay there earlier from today, man.
Okay, so it's a lot. I'm trying to follow. There's so much going on the stage. Can we put a pin in Carmelo Anthony and come back around to it? Because I don't know what happened. I was trying to figure out what was going on with the conversation between LeVon and Patty. Because I left to go get some water, came back. I don't even know.
You've been playing on my top all day. That's the problem. Let me tell you something. First of all, then she put some Israel blocked international journalists. Let me tell you something, sis. You ever heard of troop movements? You ever heard of military positions? You ever heard of planned raids? You know why they're going to block or restrict journalists? Is to protect operational security. So what happens is the fucking news media takes certain shit and they fucking push it. Bibi is not a fucking good ass actor. But at the same time, there are people that have to plan and protect their own fucking troops. Iran did the same fucking thing. And guess what the media said? They're suppressing their people. No. Real-time media is gonna fucking aid the enemy. So if they have real-time media, guess who they fucking aiding? Hamas. Guess who they aiding? Hezbollah. So you can put all the fucking shit that you want in the fucking chat, but I'm gonna tell you now, sis, you still sound slow. I don't care about no fucking stopping the internet. Stop the fucking internet while they're fucking fighting. Stop the internet when 30 people die. Allow them to fucking come up with whatever fucking narrative they need to come up with and fucking notify the families with what happened to their children.
You're talking so much you don't even understand what I'm saying. I never said anything about it.
Well, maybe that's what it is. You just put something in the fucking chat about them being blocked in Gaza. There's a reason.
All this cussing.
They went out to Gaza when the sun is out and the fucking ground is rubbled. I've seen it on TV just like you have. But anybody getting into there while they're fighting, those are people that slide their ass on in. A lot of times the government doesn't want them in that area. Hamas doesn't want them in that area. Israel don't want them in that area.
You got a headache, you're gonna bust your blood pressure.
No, I'm not about to bust shit. You know what? I run every morning. My fucking labs come out great. I'm healthy, sis. I'm not busting shit.
But I'm not yelling at you. We can have a discourse without like cussing and stuff.
Okay, so so can I ask this question? I'm hearing. So with that in mind, does that also apply for Iran? Because all of their information is coming out, like what got hit, how many buildings are down. So it doesn't, that same thing, does it apply to them? Because I'm getting ready to play you guys a little clip that I found, and it's really interesting how. And now I'm starting to believe this stuff about mainstream media, y'all, because the stuff that I find sometimes when I'm digging and doing research, we hear nothing about over here. We don't get any of this news over here. And I'm wondering why we don't hear this. So it is true that some of these these Trump supporters come in and say mainstream media, you guys are only hearing what they want you to hear. But that goes for the other side too, as far as I'm concerned, because I don't see it coming off on Fox.
Yep.
So I'm gonna play this because there's actually some shit really happening, and I don't know if Scotty's in here. I don't know, he doesn't know anybody in there. I think he said he does know somebody who's currently in Israel at this point.
Yeah, I have my family. They're in the north of Israel, and I also have my high school friend in Jerusalem and a couple friends in
Because I'm seeing on this some real severe damage. And is it safe to say that this is correct, that there's some real severe damage in Israel?
I mean, I'm sure there is, but we're not getting a lot of media. I mean, people are in bunkers. I see the messages they post, but that's about it. I mean, there's not much.
Okay, so let me play this, and I've only vetted a little bit of it. I haven't vetted it all the way through. So hopefully this is going to be what I think it's going to be. So let me see. Make sure.
Iran's military might continues to keep the world guessing. No one truly knows the full extent of its arsenal, and the latest strikes on Israel has proven just how dangerous the uncertainty can be. According to the US, Iran has the largest ballistic missile inventory in the Middle East. From drones to cluster bombs and Fatah missiles, Iran is leading Israel with a highly capable range of weapons. On June 19th, Iran launched a missile strike against Israel, but what followed was a stunning revelation. The missile released 20 submunitions that detonated across a wide radius, a signature effect only possible with one weapon, the cluster bomb. The Israel Defense Force confirmed that at least one projectile in the missile barrage carried a cluster bomb warhead. For the first time since the conflict began, Iran deployed cluster munitions against Israel. A cluster bomb is unlike a regular missile. First used during World War II, these weapons were designed to destroy multiple military targets spread across a wide area. A cluster munition is an explosive device that releases smaller submunitions during flight. While traditional missiles are typically guided and detonate upon impact with a specific target, cluster bombs are unguided. They open mid-air, scattering smaller bombs over a broad zone, often threatening civilian areas. Iran possesses a diverse range of aerial weaponry, and the latest addition to its arsenal is the cluster bomb.
Can I ask what source is this?
Cluster bomb carry less explosive power than a traditional missile. Their ability to strike multiple targets at once makes them particularly dangerous. An even more alarming concern is that not all
Okay, that's what I thought. But they're showing, I don't know where this footage is coming from, but they're showing buildings and stuff that have been destroyed in Israel, and it's very severe damage.
What's this news source, Lisa?
This is CNN News 18. CNN News 18.
cool thing too. Yeah, I mean, honestly, so they're attacking civilians. Cluster bombs are mainly used for indiscriminate, non-targeted bombing. So I would say that's for attacking civilians. There's a difference. I mean, yeah, they're definitely dangerous, but this just shows why I think the United States and Israel has a duty to nerf these people. Nerf Iran. And nerf.
Nerf?
Limit their capability of spreading terrorism and having a nuke and having such a large ballistic missile arsenal.
There's some caveats with respect to the cluster bombs, though. There are a number of countries who have not agreed not to use cluster bombs. In other words, they have not signed any contracts saying that they would not use them. We're on that list. Iran's on that list. Israel's on that list. So, that reporting potentially was a little skewed.
What's the definition of nerf, Haitian, and Patty? What does that mean?
What happened?
Said that they should nerf. We got a new guy on the stage, another doctor. It's so many doctors, more than I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, man. Nerf is kind of like limit, Nerf is like, Nerf guns. It's not Nerf is like a kind of a word for kind of making their power, limiting their power, basically.
Yeah,
limiting its power.
So who should they nerf, though? You saying nerf Iran?
The Iranians, yeah. The Iranian government, the mullahs.
So how are they going to nerf them without doing the same to civilians?
Well, like what they're doing right now, they're using, America and Israel, we have typically we have pretty precise weaponry, and so if you look, we're limiting casualties, civilian casualties, and more or less targeting, military infrastructure and military leaders.
You want to be searched about nuking, you just saying neutralize that.
Nerf, man. So Iran is one of the leading sponsors of terrorism. They support Hamas, they support Hezbollah, they support the Houthis. Of course, that's a common knowledge. And so, so with them doing that, we don't want them having a nuclear bomb because, that really increases the likelihood of them not only attacking Israel, but really giving this bomb material, like a dirty bomb to one of these, it'd be like ISIS possibly getting a nuclear bomb. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
I'm very familiar with Iran.
Okay,
I don't think it should be nuked. Yes, it needs to be
nuked, not nuked. Nerfed. Not nuked. We're not talking about nuking Iran. I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only heard nerf when it comes to like online gaming wars and like Call of Duty and shit like.
Yeah, and my doctor doesn't recommend me playing Call of Duty, so I just play NBA 2K and Madden. So.
Oh, you played Madden? I will fucking Haitian. We gotta play. I will fucking destroy.
Haitian, NBA 2K. I can beat you with 1A in time.
I already told you guys, don't even try it around me.
Please.
Okay?
Please. Hey, whenever you're ready.
Unless you got permission, okay? Haitian will go down.
Which one you gonna play,
Hey, not Call of Duty, not the first-person shooters, but the NBA. Yeah. Both you and Scotty could be on the same team.
I could be, you could be on the same team.
No. You know, PS5.
I'm Xbox, man.
God damn it. We're going to need about 10 turns. You know that, right?
You know what's so crazy in this whole conversation? Everybody is like giving it up for Israel. Or even fucking Iran, right? Y'all know, like, when we were deployed, when Haitian was deployed, because Haitian was deployed in the beginning. Guess who was sponsoring a lot of those fucking terrorists?
The IEDs was Iran.
Saudi. Al-Qaeda came out. Al-Qaeda, when a lot of those bombs that they found, a lot of those foreign fighters that they found in Iraq, they were from Saudi Arabia. A lot of
Iranian shit warheads
I'm telling you, that's what we're destroying.
I got with Iran, but
It was Iranian.
Arabia sponsored a lot of the terrorists that came.
That's Trump's friend. Yeah, ain't that the ones that gave him the plane?
This shit crazy. Like, we always fucking cussing out these other countries, but guess what? Saudi is a fucked up ass country too. They was trying to kill soldiers. We was fighting all kinds of shit.
Well, Robert, keep it a buck though, right? That's it's not just Trump. Just look at Bush. After 9/11, when his airspace was shut down, only people that was on the fucking flight were the Saudis, the royal families, to get them out of the U.S.
And then y'all know there was a leaked report. This is a Department of Defense report. Mm-hmm. Guess where all our most of our foreign fighters were coming from that were in Iraq? Saudi Arabia. Saudi. Them niggas was trying to kill soldiers out there. Fucking sending kids that had disabilities, women that had disabilities, people that had issues, sending them out there to blow themselves up while we got soldiers on the road.
But where the freak did it go?
Cause y'all want fucking cheap gas. And a plane.
Yeah, well, at least women, I think, are allowed to.
Crazy. We have lots of oil and gas. Like what?
Yeah, but y'all was kissing the ring. At least MAGA was.
Well,
I love all these armchair warriors.
I'm not too much about the military, but Scotty?
No, I just said all of these armchair warriors are just fucking amazing.
Well, they can keep their seats because I don't think Israel wants any diplomacy. I don't even know why we're waiting for 2 weeks because I just pulled up something from 4 hours ago from Israel's ambassador. I just want to say something's not right here. I feel like I'm being played. I don't know what it is. But my spirit is saying something is not right with this whole situation. Okay, so now Trump told us it's just too much. Can somebody do a timeline? Because this is way too much. And I think I'm putting too much thought into it. And that's what's really fucking me up. So now Trump don't even believe his own intelligence.
Wait, Lisa, sorry. So I was out of the net for the last couple of days. What did he say? Trump said about intelligence?
He's told, okay. He then backed off. Okay, let me go get it. Let me play it. That's the point. I haven't played the damn clip. Let me play the clip. Hi, Pastor. We need prayer. Then you can definitely hear what we're talking about. But I'm putting too much thought into it. I'm trying to be too smart and rational about it. There's something else that's happening here that we need to probably try.
What it is, when he says the Tulsi Gabbard is just fucking wrong. She's one woman left to be wrong.
Okay, you don't know shit.
Yeah, bullshit.
You don't know shit, bro. There's a whole intelligence department. There's I don't know, hundreds, thousands of people that work on this shit. So for Trump to just dismiss it like he did in his first term, because he has a feeling or a vibe, he's a fucking moron, and the MAGA
Scotty, international nuclear scientists, inspectors, verify these guys were trying to hide them. Why would they put, why would they have their nuclear program a half a mile underground? Why would they be hiding from the UN inspectors? UN inspectors are confirmed they are hiding.
Why would Trump lie? Wave those.
I think that she's wrong.
Why would she lie?
That's what it is.
Hi, RJ.
I just said she's wrong.
Stage, RJ.
How is she
wrong? She's just wrong.
How is she wrong?
She has to mean to say that Iran is not pursuing a nuclear bomb. No, we don't have Scotty. But be honest here, okay? Don't hold on. Let me ask you this, okay? I mean, let's be honest. North Korea, when they got the nuclear bomb, they guaranteed their survival. Wouldn't it make sense for Iran to do the same thing? Look at Libya. Gaddafi gave up his nuclear bombs, and look what happened to him. Okay? Wouldn't it make sense for Iran to do this to preserve their nation? Why the fuck are we going to lie here, bro?
Are you going to admit that you're fucking wrong?
Look, intelligence has a chance of knowing that than one drop of mouth and ear.
There's no making points here, no doubt.
Now, this is a good example of the tribe derangement syndrome, right?
Lisa,
They should be
you
fucking,
can
they
replay
all should be
something?
deported. Hey, what's up, First Lady?
Hey, Haish.
Yeah,
Lisa,
all
were you
baggage
getting ready
should
to
be
play
deported.
something?
Yeah, y'all. Somebody
Well,
said
I
she
live
had
in
to
the
this
with
shit
some
tonight.
fucking rare disease. Like,
Okay, here I go, because I think maybe I should go get something, because all y'all definitely are on something, and you leaving me out of the party. Okay, hold on.
oh, at least,
What's that?
What happened?
Are you leaving the stage?
Yeah. No. I mean,
Okay, here I go. Rwanda and the Congo will be joined in a peace settlement, probably coming in on Monday or Tuesday. We're going to be signing it up, and we've stopped the very vicious war. So that was an honor for me to be involved. I want to thank J.D. Vance for a great job, and also our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, has done a fantastic job. So Rwanda, a long-term war with the Congo, a very bloody war. They're all bloody, but this was a really bloody one. Okay. Now, this man just said that he stopped the war in the Congo. And it's a very bloody war. It's a more bloody... Wait, did he really? I have to go verify this, because this is crazy. That's part one.
well, I know they signed the
Going to be making peace with Congo, and they can get on to making trade deals with the United States and other places and have a much more normal form of life. We're very honored by that. As you know, we did a very great job with India and Pakistan. Whether it's billionaires control. And we had India in. It looks like we're going to be making a trade deal with India. And we had Pakistan in. It looks like we're going to be making a trade deal with Pakistan. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. And Serbia, Kosovo, likewise, they've been fighting for years. And as you know, we brought that one to a conclusion. And now we have a couple of big ones. We have Russia, Ukraine, which is making a little bit of progress. And we have Israel. And nobody really knows what that one is all about. We're going to find out pretty soon, I guess.
The Iranian foreign minister this afternoon said if the U.S. is serious about negotiations, that you would call up Israel and request that they stop their airstrikes. Will you make that request?
Well, I think it's very hard to make that request right now. If somebody's winning, it's a little bit harder to do than if somebody's losing. But we're ready, willing, and able, and we've been speaking to Iran, and we'll see what happens. Mr. President, what was the thought process behind the 2-week timetable? Just a time to see whether or not people come to their senses. Europeans help at all in talking with Iran? No, they didn't help. No. President doesn't want to speak to Europe. They want to speak to us. Europe is not going to be able to help in this.
20 years ago, you were skeptical of a Republican administration.
He said that Iran doesn't want to talk to Europe because Europe can't help him with this one. We're the only one who can help him.
Lisa, was this a press conference that Trump was talking about?
This is getting off the plane in New Jersey, and this is the one that Trent said that he sounded really presidential. So he's giving multiple
independent, right? Independent, coherent state.
And succinct. Y'all just listen. Yeah, I don't have the transcript. I wish somebody could find the transcript so you can hear how crazy this shit sounds. Okay, so hold on. I'm trying to get to the point where he tells everybody that he doesn't believe what Tulsi Gabbard said. I hope it's on this one. Go ahead. I'm gonna go.
Attacked the Middle East country on the idea of questionable intelligence of weapons of mass destruction. How is this moment different with Iran?
Well, there were no weapons of mass destruction. I never thought there were. And that was somewhat pre-nuclear. You know,
there was a nuclear age, but nothing like it is today. And it looked like I'm right about the material that they've gathered already. It's a tremendous amount of material. And I think within a matter of weeks, or certainly within a matter of months, they're going to be able to have a nuclear weapon. We can't let that happen. I was very much opposed to Iraq. I said it loud and clear, but I was a civilian, but I guess I got a lot of publicity. But I was very much opposed to the Iraq war. And I actually do say, don't go in, don't go in, don't go in. But I said, if you're going to go in, keep the oil. But they didn't do that.
What intelligence do you have that Iran is building a nuclear weapon? Your intelligence community has said they have no evidence that they are at this point.
Well, then my intelligence community is wrong.
Okay, so y'all just heard what he said.
Yeah. So what,
Yeah.
Yeah. What he said?
Yeah, it was a lie. I posted the fact check in the chat about the Iraq war. He's such a fucking liar right now.
Where he's gonna deny Tulsi Gabbard.
He said that in front of the world, Haitian. I mean, it's like, I don't know. Does he only think he's talking to the people in New Jersey because he got off the plane there?
Yeah.
He just told the whole world that our intelligence is wrong.
Yep.
Our sentence, Lisa.
Okay, hold on.
You see, Trump
I'm just trying to let you guys take a breather and break this down.
Google, and he was on Howard Stern when the war was originally starting off, and he said he agreed with it. It wasn't until after the invasion, when shit started, people started to feel like it was a waste, that he said we need to get out of Iraq.
That's what I'm saying, you guys. You know, this, and then I was at work, and I had Trent literally coming in Patty's room and politically correct. I wish that shit was on replay because I would play it, talking about the best speech, how it was so succinct and presidential. I lost it. I was talking in front of a fucking patient. I was like, what the? So I just want to, okay.
So I wasn't joking when I said he was drunk since last night.
Well, he has to be that. Did he hear this?
He's been talking crazy since last night.
He's been drunk since last month.
Okay. Well, y'all should have been putting up emojis to let me know what the hell was going on, because I was like, what the fuck? What is he talking about?
As far as Rwanda, there's only one thing that's true about it. Yeah, they did sign a peace treaty, but from my understanding, it's alleged that they made a deal with the president over there to as usual, go mine resources. So that's what he's referring to, from my understanding.
Yeah, but Biden also did the Declaration of Principles, and that's why Congo and Rwanda had to have the conversation. What happened was he became president, and he's the one that had the agreement signed. Now, if he leveraged natural resources and minerals, guess what? Shout out to him for that, because then we got him. But Biden is the one that started the Declaration of Principles, and you guys need to look it up. It was signed during the Biden, back in April of 2025.
Yeah, so he basically have nothing to do with it.
No, he did, because he's the one that got the agreement signed. So you got the principles.
No, meaning Trump.
No, Trump did. So
okay.
So Biden, when he did the Declaration of Principles, that was supposed to be like the diplomatic framework of what was supposed to happen, right? Between the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda. So then after that, that was like, they were saying, we're going to respect each other's country. We're no longer going to support these rebel groups. Now they're not doing these little cross-border fights. And that's all Biden. Well, not Biden. It was actually Blinken. And then after Blinken, here comes the Trump administration. Like, this is what's going on. This is a binding peace deal. Let's go ahead and stabilize the situation. So then you have the final treaty draft that was signed in June of this month. And that draft was signed under the Trump administration. Now, whatever additional things he got out of it, he got out of it. And that's why I said we invest in these countries, we do certain things, and we get our fucking raw minerals. So there you go.
Patty, we just want to take a moment just to say we appreciate you, First Lady, Lisa, Mel, everybody on the stage. If I didn't say your name like Destiny's Child, we love and appreciate everyone's input and intellect.
It would be a boring ass world if everyone thought and said the same things, wouldn't it? If we all just had the same thought process. Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a glitch in the matrix? Ain't that about a bitch? So we love you. And we thank you for giving us strength, for giving us courage. If you're hiding down in the gold, you better raise your hand one of these days. Because we're going to make you raise your hand one of these days. You're going to be like, wait a minute, I can talk. I have critical thinking. I can think for myself. I got something to say. Bam, you done woke up immediately. It's an immediate woke. You don't got to wait centuries and shit, generational curses and shit broken. Oh, I'm sorry.
Urshas and deacons and deaconesses.
All right,
whatever
brother.
you're passing out at the door.
Excuse me, Lord.
Can you make sure the people on the podium are getting the same? Because I don't know what the hell is going on today. Ushers, deacons, and deaconesses.
She called security on me, y'all.
What the hell? Please stand by the doors.
Where I just had mine, so I'm ready to go to.
Oh my God.
I just had mine. It's great. Shit, I thought I was the only one. Shaba, happy Friday.
Shaba. You know, put the drinks down. Let me finish this out. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Intelligence community said that your director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. She's wrong. Mr. President, is it anybody helping Iran at this moment?
Introducing Wegovy.
Okay, with Dobie.
So you think she'll resign by next week, or
Hearing reports of serious planes landing in Iran from China. I don't know. They say that they're there to take people out.
We can't hear you.
I can't tell you about that. I get along very well with China. Get along very well with President Xi. I like him. He likes me. It's a very good relationship. We'll see what happens. I can't imagine them getting it done.
The decision that you need to make on Iran, whether to strike militarily, is this the biggest decision you will have to make as president?
Well, I can't tell you that. I have to see what happens. I can't, really say that. It depends what the decision is. But I wouldn't really be able to tell you that now. I'll tell you in about a year from now. Maybe 5 years or 10 years from now. We're never know about decisions. You never really know. Former president.
Ceasefire while the negotiations happen.
I might, depending on the circumstances. Would you, former congressman, very hard to stop. I will say this. It's very hard to stop when you look at it. Israel's doing well in terms of war. And I think you would have to say that Iran is doing less well. It's a little bit hard to get somebody to stop.
Certainly, Mr. Right. Former Congressman Matt Gaetz threw out an interesting idea suggesting that if you were to broker a deal where nuclear inspectors go into both Israel.
Okay, so I looked up anybody know about the mystery flights from China?
No, I'm just hearing about it. What happened?
Okay, so there are, several, and I have to look that up because when he talks, I have to Google everything. Several Boeing 747s have been spotted on radar leaving China for Iran over the last week, sparking concerns that the CCP is helping the Middle Eastern nation transport cargo or people out of the country. You guys know?
Nah, I wouldn't be surprised though. I know Putin and China have publicly stated that they are willing to intervene in this conflict for a solution, that is. But you know how that can go. And I mentioned this before, Lisa. I said people got to realize what escalation looks like and which countries would back Iran. Don't think Iran is by itself. Like, don't make that mistake. They have people that will back them. Countries that will. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised about the flight activity at all.
China has a vested interest in Iran because that's where they get most of their oil from.
I was just reading that, Levon, where Robert was talking. Yeah, they get the largest volume from Iran. Yep. So. And it says right here that China is willing to accept the risk associated with the current circumstances.
So you know what they use 747 for, right? for logistic network. So like that's how we get supplies over. Like it could be your weapons, it could be your drones, it can be like anything strategic. So I don't know.
Yeah, this is getting interesting right here. Okay, so I looked it up, and he said he didn't know, but other people do know. So there's your president. He said, I don't know. Just, okay.
You're right. Former Congressman Mackey threw out an interesting idea suggesting that if you were to broker a deal where nuclear inspectors go into both Israel and Iran, that you could win a Nobel Peace Prize, and they might even rename it the Trump Peace Prize. Did you hear those? What do you think of that? Well, they should give me the Nobel Prize for Rwanda and Congo, or you could say Serbia, Kosovo. You could say a lot of them. You could say, the big one is India and Pakistan. I should have gotten it 4 or 5 times. I should get it for the. I would think the Abraham Accords would be a good one too. But they won't give you a Nobel Peace Prize because they only give it to liberals.
Would you support Iran being able to have nuclear, or would you support Iran being able to have civilian nuclear energy capabilities up to 3.76%?
You know, they're sitting on the top of one of the largest piles of oil in the world. I just don't know why they need that for civilian work. You know, it's one thing for certain countries to say, hey, I want to have a certain amount where I could go nuclear a little bit because we need it for electricity, we need it for air conditioners, etc. But when you're sitting on one of the largest oil piles anywhere in the world, it's a little bit hard to see why you did that. Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody want to comment on this part? Because this sounds ridiculous. He said that they should burn in their oil, dirty burning oil, instead of trying to use clean nuclear. Anybody want to jump in?
I mean, what do you say? This guy, like, how do we? It's just getting exhausting. Like,
it is, Robert. I'm exhausted.
It's just exhausting. The things that come out of his mouth, and the fact that reporters, right, journalists who are studied, well versed and whatnot.
Can I say how unfair it is, Robert? You've been unfair to Donald Trump since the beginning of this fucking term.
Yo, you don't hear him fucking speaking?
Doctor, relax, sir. As I was saying, it's just annoying to hear a man such incompetency so consistently. Like, damn it! At any time, can you just give an answer that displays some level of like cognitive ability? Everything is smug. Everything's fucking smug. Everything's vibe. Everything's just like, what the fuck? That shit just makes things worse. And doctor, man, why you feel you always defend this man? Like, you like on autopilot.
Bro, you have never given this man a chance, bro. You have TDS. That's your problem. You never give this guy a chance, so you're not being impartial. So you're trying to act like you are. You even tried to tell us in past rooms that you were in the middle, bro. Bitch, shut your fucking mouth. Bitch, shut your fucking mouth. I'm a white guy. Motherfucker. Piss off. Don't you go and call me a coon. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, hey,
what is a coon? That's a black guy who fucking stupid.
Your Honor, objection. What's going on?
Haitian. Hold on, Haitian. Damn, I was gonna handle that, Haitian. Damn, man.
I'll bring him back up for you.
Thank you for coming to my aid. Thank you for coming to my aid. Believe me, the pack up was gonna be real. But trust me, I had something for him because. Like, at what point, I give him a chance? What the fuck? He had a chance. It's almost 7 months, and look at our fucking world, man. 7 months. How much chance do we need to give this guy? What the fuck? 7 months, and look at the world around us. It's changed so dramatically, man, for the negative. I'm about to post something in the chat. Give me a minute. I think I posted it earlier about the $37 billion minority program that he is undermining and cutting. Man, my program just got fucking cut, man. We changing lives in real time, and this jackass with his policies, man, we lost fundings, man. We can't go and do what we got to do with these young folks, man. That shit has directly affected what I'm doing. Ain't nobody bothering nobody. We're not doing anything wrong. We have a positive impact. And here comes this jackass. And the same jackass would rather lock these kids up because, they're not going to have property. They want, man. Like, so it has already affected me. So what the fuck am I supposed to be patient about? Idiot. But I appreciate you, Haitian. Thank you.
No doubt. And that trailer trash is back up here, so watch your fucking
bitch, won't you fuck off, Haitian? Go ahead and move me again. I don't give a fuck, bro. That's the only power you'll ever have, pussy.
Let me know where you're located. I'll fuck off in your wife's mouth.
Come on up here, bro. I'm up in Montana, motherfucker. I will say Haitian. I'll give you my address. I hope you come up.
Hey, why shut your bitch ass up, bro? Oh my fucking days, you got okay.
Yo, they're going at it right now. I ain't getting in the middle of that.
Wild Haitian.
Here's
the thing. Wait a minute. Because here's the problem. He's literally letting us know that we should be bowing down to him. Right?
Exactly.
That's the problem I have. You're coming into someone else's house, right? And expecting us to show you respect when showing respect is bad behavior, period. So there's something really fundamentally wrong with this picture right now. So I don't know where you are, Wise, Mr. Wise, whatever the hell your name is. But, let's work on this racism that you have going on. Because maybe you don't see it. Maybe you need someone to point it out. And I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to help you through it. If you want the help, sir. I'm reaching my hand out. Allow that racism to go. Okay? Thank you.
And the pompousness, the entitlement is crazy.
So, because I question you, idiot, I'm racist? Is that how low fucking intelligent you are?
No interruption.
Yeah, that's racism. You're fucking stupid. Yeah, that's so fucking stupid.
Can you guys hear lady speaking? Seriously.
Excuse me,
Dr.
Mr.
Wise,
Wise.
why are you cursing at
Wait,
people?
Robert!
Yo, bitch, shut up, motherfucker.
Listen, when you guys hear a female voice, shut up. Go ahead, baby.
Okay. Thank you, I appreciate it. Mr. Doctor, can we just speak with one another on a level of some type of respect? Is that possible?
Sure, yeah, of course. Honestly, I wasn't trying to, I just am tired of Robert whining, bro.
Okay, but listen to me, right? We can have that argument after, but we have to establish some type of rules because then we start arguing in emotions and nobody's really getting their thoughts across. So you have a specific reason why you think Robert is not telling you the truth, right? But when we go to saying, I'm a white man. Wait, see, why would you do that? Alive, stop. Like, that's inappropriate. I'm trying to actually have a conversation. So, doctor, when you said some of those things, that was kind of alarming. And it does come off as if you are being racist because of that. And I'm just being honest with you. Because you're coming in and you're saying you're a white man. You brought color into it. Why did you have to say that you're a white man? What was that?
Because a guy called me a fucking coon, lady.
Oh, okay. All right. See, I didn't.
That's why I said I'm fucking white. I think it's pretty horrible that your community call each other coon if you don't be a monolith and think just a white. Bro, I'm not talking to you. I am not talking to you. I'm talking to her, bro. Hey, pussy, I'm not fucking talking to you.
You motherfucker. Worry about your white trash.
Yeah, it's not even midnight after hours, Lisa.
Yeah, hey, doctor, I really don't care about what you think. I just want you to know that you can't get me upset because, you have to live with you. You have to be stuck in that mind of yours, and that is a sorrowful place to be. So I feel sorry for you. Actually, I really do. It must be awful to run around and support and blindly support people. You are part of a cult, and you just don't even realize it. You've been hypnotized, bro. So I get it. I understand the frustration. I get it. Yeah, I totally get it. So don't worry about it. It's all good. I don't hate you, man. Don't worry. You can't lure me into your space, man. I don't know how to do that. So you could stay right there, bro. I ain't got nothing to prove to you. I don't give a fuck what you think. You don't even matter to me. You have zero to do with my life. You have no impact.
Okay.
Nothing you do means anything to me.
You were doing good.
Sorry.
I thought that was really good.
Okay.
You expressed yourself very well.
You know what comfort
But he was
is?
about to get to the good part.
Hey, hold on. Lisa, do you know what comfort is?
Yeah, this is a student. Go ahead, guys. She good. I don't want nobody messing with her. That's why I monitor.
Okay. So pretty much what he's saying is he doesn't need you to believe him. But I'm not sure exactly what part that you did not agree with him on. He's saying that he's losing funding in regards to work that he was doing with the community. So I don't know how we can actually argue that he's not telling the truth. So are you saying that that's not true for him? Or is there something else that he said that you thought was untrue? Wise, are you there? Is he gone?
I think he left.
Oh, okay. All right, cool, babes. Y'all don't want to have a conversation.
No, they don't. And you know what's happened? Let me ask you guys a question. I have a friend who's...
I'd like to have a conversation, but would you tell Haitian to stop moving me like a fucking pussy?
You fucking asshole. I didn't fucking move you.
With the vulgarity?
Bullshit, you didn't, bitch.
I didn't fucking move you.
If he would have moved
Bullshit, you didn't.
if he would have moved you, he would have said it.
Yeah, motherfucker. He moved me the first time, didn't he?
DR.
No, motherfucker, I didn't move you.
Bullshit.
I brought you back up before, you dumb fuck.
I doubt it, motherfucker.
Can you guys hear me, though? I'm serious right now. I'm not calling him, when I say DR, I'm not calling him doctor. That's not what I'm doing right now because you guys know how I feel about doctors who are not doctors. DR, listen, we're trying to have a conversation with all the cussing, with all the name calling and whatever. You know what I mean? So if we can do that, we will allow you to be on the stage. But it's with the name calling, it's just not, it just shuts the conversation down if you haven't noticed. So if we can just get through the Trump thing here and try to, your opinion on this is something that probably we've never even heard before. So we're just trying to get through this clip of Trump. And if you guys don't mind, can I play the rest of it? Or anybody got anything to add or subtract before I try to play the rest of the clip?
For me, no. Go ahead and play.
Okay. Anybody else? All right, let's finish this out.
We dare attacks against American targets abroad and support our military action.
We're always concerned about that, and we have to take them out and be very strong. You're even in danger talking to me right now. Do you know that? You are in danger talking to me right now. So I should probably get out of here. But you guys are actually in danger. Can you believe it? What my partner, my president.
Okay, can somebody tell me what he means that they're in danger for him for talking about?
Because because they stated they want to assassinate him. They've possibly tried twice. I mean, it's kind of not hard to come up with a conclusion there. I mean, he's the leader of the free world, and he's got a fucking target on his head. He's been almost killed twice.
They shot at him.
I think he's threatened.
I know, but if you're by the president, that means no. I think if you're by the president, that's what he means. Like, you being close to me, talking to me. I mean, if someone was to come and attack me, you might be a casualty. Why are we trying to trivialize this shit?
No, Doctor, DR. That's why we have you in here to be the Trump whisperer. You, Matt, Infinity, because we're
Matt's a simp. Matt is a simp, bro.
We're kind of slow, and we don't sometimes get it. You know how these Dems, when we're on this Democratic plantation, we can't hear.
It's the GDS that makes you have the inability to think clearly.
And what is that?
No problem thinking.
Trump derangement syndrome. You never heard of that?
But can't
something Robert has.
Robert's
heavily affected by it, as you can tell. He's literally trying. What's funny about Roger? Roger has literally told people, I've been in the room, yeah, I'm in the middle. I don't really hate that, man. Motherfucker, you're so full of shit.
I don't even, you know the funny thing about it? I don't even know this shit.
right? I've never even noticed you. I don't even require a conversation with you. But hey, if you're interested in what I say, that's cool. I appreciate it.
We need these translators. Y'all just don't understand. We need these translators.
I don't even know you. Yeah, I don't even know you. So,
all right. Okay, let's move on.
I've been clipped a few times, Roger. And Robert. So.
That's fine, bro. That's fine, man. Look, bro. Like I said, man, I don't engage in small-mindedness, man.
All right, DR, we're getting ready to move on. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure we were all clear. Okay, go ahead.
So I have a question.
That NATO countries spend 5% of their GDP on defense spending. I think they should do that. I don't think we should, but I think they should. We've been supporting NATO so long. In many cases, I believe paying almost 100% the cost. So I don't think we should, but I think that the NATO countries should, absolutely. Would like Spain decides not to? Well, NATO's going to have to deal with Spain. Spain's been a very low payer. They were always a very low payer. They were either good negotiators or they weren't doing the right thing. I mean, I think Spain has to pay what everybody else has to pay. Spain has been notorious for low pay. You know who else was the low payer? Just about the lowest? A place called Canada. Because Canada said, why should we, the United States, will protect us free? And what been right about that? For ICE, Ukraine, you've been making progress towards a peace deal. I don't know if you know this, but Lindsey Graham and Mike Pompeo were there on the ground in Ukraine, seemingly doing the opposite, trying to provoke the Ukrainians to keep fighting. What do you think of that? Well, we're going to see, and people have to be very careful with what they say. They're going to be very careful with their mouth, because their mouth can get them into a lot of trouble. One more.
Okay, so Lindsey Graham in Ukraine. Can somebody explain to me why Lindsey Graham is over in Ukraine?
Because he is a military-industrial complex shill. You know, he's a lesbian of the Republican Party. Lindsey Graham is a warmonger. Lindsey Graham is definitely a homosexual, which is okay, but he's a lesbian of the Republican Party. He's one of those guys who, you know, he talks small-town values and stuff, but he's probably banging dudes in the background, interns. But here's the thing. He is a warmonger, and he gets paid to lobby. Lots of our politicians do. It's called the military-industrial complex. They lobby to get military corporations involved in different countries, Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, Ukraine. And so he's just one of those types, man. He wants us to keep on spending money and weapons in Ukraine because he's getting paid for it, and he believes that Russia is the big bad wolf. So that's why.
Yeah, he's over there because he's trying to promote sanctions on Russia. That's why. You know, he's
getting kickbacks, bro. He's getting kickbacks.
Who's this? It's getting kickbacks? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lindsey Graham,
how much is
How do you hold on? How do you know he's getting kickbacks?
Yeah, how much?
Why else would he be lobbying to get us involved over that, bro? I mean, it's because
hold on. Guys, be fair. He probably knows the same way he knows Lindsey Graham is banging dudes, because he probably getting banged by Lindsey Graham.
See, I was just waiting for Haitian. I was waiting. I was sitting there,
passive-aggressive little hoe. Haitian's such a passive-aggressive little bitch, bro.
DR, what do you think about the airplane? What is that? What is an airplane? What is a $400 billion airplane? A $400 million airplane? What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
It's disastrous, and he signed it.
Yeah, where's DR at? DR, what do you think about the airplane that Mr. Trump accepted?
Oh, he ain't jumping off mic to answer that.
Yeah, what do you think about that? What do you think about that, sir?
You're calling me DR? Sorry, there's so many doctors on here, you know.
Okay. Obviously, you're not a doctor, but
that's why I put my name on there as doctor, because it's a protest of the many fake doctors on here.
Okay, so then I'm calling you. Okay, so I'll call you Wise. So Wise, what are your thoughts about Mr. Trump accepting a $400 million aircraft?
What's the problem?
Okay, so then what's the problem with Lindsey?
So that's a gift. That's a gift, man. That we didn't take any taxpayer money. We just accepted that.
No, we're going to use taxpayer money because they estimate that. Hold on, y'all. They estimate that it's going to cost taxpayers $500 million to retrofit it so that he can ride it because he wants to use that as his Air Force One.
More than $500 million, Abraham.
Oh God!
They have to do things like replace ball bearings because the specs for Air Force One are really specific, and you have to have certain parts made by American playmakers. Dr. Wise, here's a more critical question: how do you know any of this shit yourself? Is there like a document?
So is it not a problem? So do we not have a military industrial complex?
That's not what I asked you. I asked you how you.
Hold on, let me get to it. Hold on, let me get to it. Why don't you shut your bitch ass up for a second and let me finish talking? Why don't you let me finish talking? Why don't you let me finish talking before you start
Stop greater and what you greater and answer the question. That shit is loud. Thank you.
Shit.
And be nice. Stop.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, come on, Mr. Wise. Come on, seriously. You remember you said you want to have a conversation. You're using a lot of profanity and calling people names and
someone saying that I'm cutting out meth. You don't think that's a problem? You're just gonna
no, he just said that to another response, sir. I heard that. The first one I understand.
I'm sorry, don't blow that trailer up, bro. Come on.
All right, let's go.
So, because I'm going to start calling names and be disrespectful. We're going to allow this dumb fucking monkey to start talking like this. Yeah, you like that, Dad?
A good Friday night.
You like that, motherfucker? If you're saying I'm going to cut up, if you're saying that I'm cutting up fucking lines and saying that I'm delivering a trailer, bitch. You're being a racist, motherfucker. Quit being a hypocrite, you fucking monkey. You're fucking right, bitch. See you later, bitch.
Okay. Y'all can really fuck up a night, man. I mean, seriously. Now, you know good and well we're not going to sit on this stage and call nobody no monkey. Now, you seriously, okay? At all. Now, I don't mind having you maggots in the room, but when you just, forget where you are or forget who you talking to.
For that, by the way.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I see how much you came in.
It wasn't going to happen. I said, let me cancel Netflix because this shit here tonight.
We got all the time. I knew that.
Y'all falling into the trap. Y'all falling right into the trap, though.
Hey, Lisa.
Typical.
You gotta understand, like that guy right there, and what's his name? The other guy, that's white guy that's on antoxinazole.
Who the hell is that?
Pepe.
Oh, Pepe.
He's worse than Pepe. You know that.
They're on X, right? They come on here, but they're also on X, and on X. On X is no holds barred. So there be rooms on X with 5,000 people in it, and it's all white supremacists for the most part. And it's white supremacists holding the room, and like Pepe will be a speaker, and that guy will be a speaker.
Lying.
No, and Pepe will be like, please forgive me, y'all. Trigger warning. I'm gonna say the words. Pepe be like, "You fucking niggers, you monkeys, you're animals, you're not human." I mean, like Pepe true nature comes out.
Y'all ain't gotta worry about Pepe.
Yeah, but Lisa, I heard black guys call each other monkeys with Pepe right there.
Life. You understand me? I mean, are you serious right now?
Pepe be on your ex talking about, "You're not human. You monkeys are not human. You blacks are not human."
He doesn't shock me. Those are all of Monica's fun. The old
he goes crazy on
Hello, can Brooklyn be heard? Can Brooklyn be heard? I don't believe
Kings talking Brooklyn.
I'm just a
Do you know
where's the king at? Oh, I don't know nothing about that. Anyway. I don't believe. First of all, I'm reporting live from Brooklyn. I'm in East New York right now, and I just wanted to say that I don't believe that the day day after Juneteenth, y'all let that cracker get on here and
I don't even know crackers on Clubhouse until I get to crackers on Clubhouse.
Wait, somebody said don't call him that?
You
just called his mom.
said to me not to call him that. Who said that to me? Hello? Not only is he a cracker, he a salty cracker.
Latino lady,
That was LeVon. I believe that was LeVon, right?
What? Mute up.
I don't think she let LeVon the way she done been acting.
You know?
She
don't
laughed.
check me about no shit that I say, okay? Because I'm going to say all of the things. And if I offend somebody, then it was meant for them. That's just how I feel. So listen, I don't know how y'all let that funky get on here and act the goddamn fool the day after motherfucking Juneteenth. Like, what? I couldn't get to the phone. But if I could have got to the phone, it would have been on.
Brooklyn, he's off the state anyway, so let's not worry.
I know, but I just wanted to say that. Now I'm in East New York. So
Shout out to New Jersey Avenue. Shout out to Pennsylvania Avenue. Shout out to New York Avenue.
That's a link. Niggas doing a mixtape.
Okay, I'll be here all till Sunday, next Sunday. So
Next Sunday? I mean it. We can meet up.
29th. Yeah, I'll be here. I'm gonna be back in Brooklyn. I'm just doing something right now. And I'm outside smoking because, you know, niggas don't let you smoke in their house. So I gotta smoke outside like a weirdo.
What, weed? You smoking weed?
Yes, hello. I am a pothead. Yes, hello.
Well,
and they won't let me smoke.
Too. I consume flower as well. I thought you was smoking cigarettes. Yeah.
No.
Good. You would have changed my thoughts of you.
I ain't that ghetto now. Come on now.
But listen.
I thought you were smoking blacks.
That guy is stuck.
You can suck a dick.
Rooftops over there.
Wild and out tonight. You guys are wilding out. Don't let Brooklyn out.
Be a lady, Brooklyn. So that guy.
I be smoking dick. That's a fact.
That guy is
What you guys? What time is it?
She said that.
That's a typical.
They've been acting up to 6:30. I don't know about you. I don't know what is going on, no Mel. I just been sitting back and sipping my tea. This tea's good.
It's the 2 days of no 420. That's what this is.
They're wilding out. They're wilding out. Every 6 o'clock.
Hey, Lisa. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you.
I'm about to call you on your phone. Answer the phone.
Y'all know what else? Y'all missed it today.
Just answer, Lisa. In case she calling you. What happened? You guys. Okay, hold on for a second. Let me stop. Take a call break. You guys. This is wild.
What did we miss today, Brooklyn? You said we missed
today.
You better not be crazy.
I was just listening to shit, right? Because I couldn't really talk. I was driving and shit. Today the gays held the people accountable. It was crazy. They was trying to drag Dr. Goddess. I was like, oh hell no. Y'all not about to drag Dr. Goddess now. And call her all kinds of names. And then Lou Fax was in the audience. They wanted him to get up the stage. They was going in. I was like, ooh. Let me mind my business. Because listen, I'm everybody phobic, so at times I might say things that piss everybody off. So listen, I just had to really mind my business today, but it was crazy. The gays was off. The gays was trying to get at everybody. And shout out to the gays, because I love y'all.
Isn't it
Pride Month.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, stay out their way.
You know they
coming for you.
You know they got superpowers this month. So.
Yep, and y'all better be nice. I'm being nice.
I don't want to talk about that, but I don't know what you guys are talking about. Do you guys want to finish?
You wasn't even here, Lisa.
I know. I get Brooklyn. I don't know what the hell is going on. This room has been upside fucking down.
Less talking.
I don't know what's going on. Okay, so everybody, welcome to the 420. I don't know what the hell is going on here. I don't know what they handed out at the door in the gift bags or whatever. But people in here is tripping. I was trying to give you guys some little meat with this DR guy, but you guys could not hold it together. You cannot hold it together. I know how to handle racists. You guys don't. And I was just gonna drag him along.
Listen, I know how to handle racists.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You're the last one who knows how to handle a racist.
But I believe in the Nat Turner doctrine, so that's the difference.
Okay, so good. Nat Turner doctrine.
But he was to be fair, Lisa, he was a bitch.
And I don't know this guy. This
at least PB would have said.
I met Brooklyn.
Listen,
I met this doctor.
That ain't nobody but Dr. Responsible.
That's not Dr. Responsible. That's not. Totally not him.
I thought it was too.
It's not Dr. You guys know that's not Dr. Responsible. His voice sounds nothing like
whoever it is, it ain't PP, because PP would have stayed and got dragged. He would have just got dragged on the stage. We could have said all of the shit to him, and he'd have stayed here until he wouldn't have stayed no more. So I know that ain't PP. PP don't lead. He don't run.
PP heard and sound different.
He didn't run. After the monkey thing, I dropped him. But other than that, y'all didn't know how to handle him. So he got off and went into his real character and started calling people monkeys.
Oh, you should have said, have you ever seen the shaved monkey? It looked just like you. What are you talking about? Monkey.
Oh, they look like me? There's some cute monkeys.
A hairless monkey look just like him. So,
yeah, definitely.
Oh, too much. Okay. So, what else is going on? Y'all want to finish this clip, or you want to talk about marijuana? Everybody, welcome to the 420. We were trying to listen to the Trump and analyze it. Tried to have some people here, or Trump whisperers, but they kind of like messed up our program here by falling into the trap of a white supremacist and a racist. And you just can't do that. If you want to be able to have a little humor, because that shit right there, him trying to speak for Trump, that shit is funny. Now we don't have a Trump translator. Okay? If you have a pink ticket, please turn it in. Every day is some stuff.
I can translate.
Robert, I haven't been to the dispensary yet, so I'm smoking what I brought with me.
Go to the chat.
If y'all need a Trump translator, just let me know.
Robert, you ain't got your smoke, man. You live in New York and you don't know where to get smokes.
I never said that. I just asked her what she was smoking, sir. I'm good. I'm good with my flower selection. I just want to know what she was puffing on. That's all. I was thinking she was gonna say white runts, but I couldn't tell. I was trying to listen to her, a cadence, then I could tell what she was smoking. And she kept smoking. I could tell you exactly what she was smoking. Shout out to white runts.
What in the 420 is going on?
I'm smoking birthday cake, and I bought it from Atlanta because I travel with my weed too. But what I was gonna say, but y'all can't refer me to a dispensary because I'm gonna run out and by tomorrow.
In California?
Let me talk to you. Listen,
or New York.
So
in New York.
Listen, Brooklyn, I promise you, you should. If you come to Harlem, my man got a brownstone. The best of the best. He collects from all over the country, all natural. The shit is dope. It's good music, wooden floors, exposed brick. You could pull up. I guarantee you. I mean, this dude. All you got to do is tell him what you want.
Is it on 6th Ave? Because I know one on 6th Ave.
No, you gonna get lost. You gotta just hit me. Hit me on.
Hold on, Robert. I know Harlem. I grew up past this Harlem. You know what I'm saying. I know.
Just hit me. I got you.
He's on the phone.
Okay, I'll do the intro.
First lady, what you doing?
We don't got a theme music or nothing yet. Word. We got to do that. Where the producers at? We need a freaking theme
The
song.
first lady on the phone. We can talk about anything right now since we get up.
I produced a theme song for the 420. They don't use it.
Nobody want to hear your old stupid looking song.
That's what we should do, though. We should have a contest.
Bullshit ass shit. You can't even dance. You can't even dance. You gotta be able to dance to make a song for us.
I can two-step.
You can't do nothing.
I can two-step.
The song. Hold on. The songs.
You can't do nothing.
That's two-step for this side of the Mississippi.
It could be. Not two-stepping. Hold on, man. You messing up. It could be Sophisticated Lady, or it could be what's the Sister Sledge? What's that song? We are family. I got all my sisters with me. Let me think of some other songs.
Oh, Maca definitely dance to that. They follow me.
Now she needs somebody to produce and make her own song.
Absolutely, follow me. Yeah.
It gotta be a 420 song. Hello.
No, we should be.
Hello.
We hear you, Brooklyn.
Y'all gotta make a song. You can't just get a song. You can't pick a song. You gotta get a song. Make a song for her.
That's true. In the meantime, where were you?
I'm sorry, I took a shot too, so, you know.
What you took a shot of?
I don't even know. I do different shit when I'm
It better
home.
not be no Hennessy.
It ain't.
Talking Jim. Talking about you. I see drinking crowd on you.
You want to hear the song?
6 a.m. in the morning.
Holy Baptist.
It could be some Lauryn Hill shit for the ladies. I had to think.
Nobody want to be. This is the lit room. This ain't about that.
You want to hear this corny ass song real quick?
Nah.
You know I had to look for it.
I hear it, Patty.
Hold on. Which one? Wait.
DJ.
Y'all, this shit's so corny.
Oh, song.
This was a long time ago. Matt. Hold on.
Matt really made the song.
Into the room, mods on deck, make his face go boom. Justin with the gavel, your honor preside. JD dropping gems, CEO on the ride. Politically correct, we keep it on track. Voices in the room, ain't nobody lack. From Matt to Patty, they got the vibe intact. Dr. A.G. and Goddess always got our back. Asian with the passion, pastor bringing faith. Lisa taught some wisdom, every word is taste. Lady dropping knowledge like jewels to the ground. Doesn't nickel lifting heavy, never backing down. Send these sharp, serving real estate. First thrust shade in the state. Dr. A.G. observing, dissecting all the waves. Together they united, no room for charades. Politically correct, we're intellect lines. Voices holy, conversations redefined. From me, head goddess, we elevate the climb. Mods on the flow, rewrite paradigm.
Okay, that's enough.
Yo, so you know.
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like it. I ain't gonna lie.
It gotta be mixed.
It was a bop a little bit. I was bopping my head.
Yeah, the beat time, but it needs a human being. It's AI, right?
It's AI?
How did y'all get Latrim to do that song?
Hold on, that's Roxanne Shantae flow right there, y'all.
I thought it was Latrim. Who started this shit was Matt. There you go.
He did it on AI?
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, he's on the phone.
In case you don't know,
he's on the phone.
That's like.
Yeah, so Matt did a song. It only had me, Dr. A.G., and him. Then I was like, nah, nigga.
I already got him on it. I ain't nobody about to what?
Yeah, I'm like, you know, mine.
He was trying to put his name out there.
Oh my God.
That shit sound like Latrim for real. We like the
cars. The cars that go boom. That was bad 1985. That's so
and Lisa, and we like the boom.
How old were you in 1985?
I was 2.
I was 10.
I was 2. Okay.
My mom and daddy was still trying to have sex.
I was coming out the vagina.
Really like 1.5.
a C-section, so I came out the stomach.
And I was 23, so damn what?
Okay.
Damn.
Wait a minute, Deborah. Did you go to fake me? Because I gotta know. Did you go to fake me?
No, man.
I did. Brooklyn.
No, I didn't.
I did.
I did too. I went the last year.
How did
I
you?
went.
You did not go.
You're not that old, girl.
You're not old enough.
Let me tell you how it happened.
Uh-oh.
You listening?
She lived the life.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Please don't say R. Kelly.
I lived the life. So let me tell you. So in '96, I went in '96. So in '96, we came down for the Olympics, and then like I got in trouble my first semester of junior high school. And then the second half of my 8th grade year, they moved me to Georgia. So I had to finish junior high school in Georgia, and then I came back to New York and went to school. And then my last 6 months of high school, I did the same thing and went back to Georgia and finished high school. So yeah, that's what happened. And so my cousins was older than me, and they was outside, and I was doing everything they was doing because I was the tag along, and they went to freak me. So I was in the car. So I seen all the shit.
96 was lit.
96 was lit. That was like the last year. No, I think 98 was like the last year.
No,
remember?
2000
Yeah, they got Grease Fest in New York.
Yeah, Grease Fest.
Yeah, at Jones Beach. Yeah.
That shit turned. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I know. Robert, you know what's so crazy? My cousin, she from Wagner. She just asked me last night did I go to because they used to go to Jones Beach. I never went to Jones Beach.
Yeah, I remember one summer I was out there. I had a big afro wig on, a ass super water gun, and I had a fucking one of those megaphones. And we saw this big girl on the beach, and I was like, "Hey, fat girl, are you ticklish?" That shit was so fucking funny. We used to go out there with champagne, like bottles of Moet and all that shit. And go out there and set up shop, man.
See, you would have been on the bullshit. They would have had you hung up somewhere. You couldn't then do that shit. You couldn't then do that shit in 2025.
No.
You're gonna be prosecuted.
Listen, that was for, but now we
I was rolling with those cats.
Humpty Hump, let me tell you, man, don't even get me started.
I know label,
I left. You are so aloof. Were you in the music industry or left? Because I'm feeling like you might be somebody and you don't want to go left.
Game industry, but I help out Digital Underground with your electronic stuff. Yeah.
So you're somebody that don't nobody know, but you was around everybody.
I'm a little body.
That shit is crazy.
I'm one of them somebodies too that was around everybody, but don't nobody know. Yeah, that's the best way to be. So I think a lot.
So I probably ran into your little young ass running around, little ass.
Freak off, no.
Hell yeah, I was at the tunnel. I was doing all the shit in high school. I was outside. I was partying in New York City. This was a different time. Me and my buddy.
When New York was New York. She probably
That's where New York
was outside. She definitely
We was outside with our fake IDs.
People don't know that Digital Underground, that whole movement was about freak offs. That whole thing. That's what Flex Package was about.
It was on that next level.
Treat.
Yeah. He probably would be on trial if he was still alive. But anyway.
Oh yeah, that
shit. That shit was crazy. Oh my God, I got so many stories.
Who are you talking about? Who?
Digital Underground. Shock G.
Money B, Tupac.
They put Tupac came in at the end though. At the end of their life.
Yeah, he came in at the end. He came in with fire though.
Yeah, no doubt.
All around the world, the same song.
Yeah. It was crazy. It was cool. That's when New York penetrated Berkeley. And Berkeley took over.
Yeah.
Don't say that again. Crazy.
Front,
Yeah,
back,
no.
and the left.
Don't disrespect us like that ever again.
All
New
the
York
other
ain't never penetrated us. What the fuck?
Oh, no. People don't telegraph. Dancing like New Yorkers, dressing like New Yorkers. Yeah, telegraph is cosmopolitan because of New York.
No.
Well, you remember
how dress like us. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, the Bay Area dress like us.
Everything. Bay Area is one thing, but Berkeley's a whole nother territory. Yeah.
I'll be in Berkeley all
Especially on
day.
telegraph. Well, back in the day, though. Back in the 80s.
Oh, I am back in the day.
So that's what I'm telling you. If you know Berkeley, back in the day, Friday night, Saturday night in Berkeley, it was ridiculous.
You old heads.
And that's who we ran it too. We ran that place. You guys are all invited to the next freak off. I'm going to bring you back.
Yeah, who's gonna be performing?
The Punisher, the Crusher.
Everybody getting locked up.
It's going to be a packed situation.
Speaking of Punisher, did you guys hear the interview with him and Cameron?
Yes. I thought that was the Crusher, though. The nice guy, right?
Oh, wait, what's his name? I'm sorry, not the Punisher, the other one.
The Crusher. He was the
Crusher.
that
one.
Zach, you trying to say something?
No, you can hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, yeah, what up, Mel? Yeah, no, Brian, yeah, let me hear what you have to say, because I didn't hear it.
No, let me find it, because first of all, I can't remember. Some of that shit is too wild for me to even say out loud. Let me find it.
There's a lot I could say about Cameron, too, but...
You have the mic. Go ahead. I want to hear it.
I'm going to tell you this much. Cameron used to mess with this transgender.
Shut the fuck up.
And I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, no, you're not. Come on, man. Don't do that.
You're not supposed to do that, bro.
Back in the days, yo, I ain't gonna front though. That transgender, that was a transgender that could have passed for like a real female.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Was it the one that was in this video? Because they say he had one in his video that like was making the rounds.
I don't know about the one in the video. If it was a light skin,
the same one that talking about a transgender. The same one in the video.
I went from
light skin and look like a Dominican.
Yes, the same one.
Wow.
He's in the Biggie Smalls video.
What are you talking about?
The trans was running around before dudes really know what trans were. This light skin
Okay, so you guys are affecting my stage, though.
Oh, well, no, not in a negative way.
No, you are. On stage.
Oh, wow.
My bad. Nobody got to the monkey.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, for real.
Anything derogatory. Why would you think
I don't know what happened. Why did you start talking about trans people?
Well,
we were talking about music.
We were talking about camera. We were talking about music, and that's what that came up. We were talking about freak off.
Smartest person on the stage is LeBron. I'm just gonna tell y'all.
And the dumbest is shut the fuck up.
Why are y'all real bold on y'all are
trans always have to
be your dumb ass up before you get knocked out.
You real bold on social media. Y'all ain't bold in person.
Tell the truth though. Did you try some baby oil out? Did you try it out, bro?
Trent, you know your old ass ain't doing nothing. Stop.
I've been trying baby oil out since 2002. You're lucky the replays is on, because I tell you something. If you turn the replays on, I'll be able to.
So he wants to confess, guys. These are my confessions.
Ed is up here. Can I say something? Because Ed is always in the chat, and I actually really like Ed, but Ed is always ready to challenge, and I'm just like, Ed, it's fucking good to see you come up on stage and say something, because you hardly ever do it.
I do when I have something to say.
You don't want to hang out with your crazy ass. Ed.
I see what's wrong with Ed. Ed's just giant singing. That's number one.
No, Trent. Stop.
Yeah, I know.
Leave us New Yorkers alone, bro.
Okay, are you in the back? You in the back?
Man, I've been trying to for 20 years.
New York guys. Okay. I see.
Yeah, no, I'm a Raiders fan, so I don't really have a whole lot of room to talk.
That's right. Stay loyal.
Go plunk it.
But you'd love to come to our stadium and see the beautiful women.
Trent, do you have any news?
I got one piece of news.
Funny.
I got one piece of news. No, I got two pieces of news. I got two pieces of news, Mel. Okay.
Here we go.
Number one, champagne vodka goes great with grapefruit juice. That's number one. Okay. Y'all just follow that someplace. Number two, can I talk about these UFOs? Because there's a UFO video that came out.
Y'all can't. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
Get it, Friday.
Can I ask him what kind of vodka that is?
Hey, please don't start with that fucking UFO.
Come on, Trey, let's get it. Let's get it. It's Friday.
Okay, I'm dropping the UFO video in the chat.
But there was 5 Iranian missiles that triggered an alarm across central Israel.
Okay. There are certain aspects of the big, beautiful bill which will not pass reconciliation with the parliamentary.
So this will SNAP be in place? Will Medicaid stay intact?
So she said that the judicial restraints are likely unconstitutional, so that's probably not going to be in it. There's a list. Let me pull it up.
You can't affect us.
All right, what does she say here?
Did the big beautiful bill have congressional penalties, they can't financial penalties, punitive, whatever?
Hang on. I gotta go back because I looked up a lot of shit.
No, I don't fuck with Saveka. But hey, this UFO, I just dropped the UFO video in the chat. Okay? They're even the Reddit people, the debunkers, haven't been able to fuck with this one because it comes from the Air Force. And it's a saucer, and you can watch it, and if you don't have X, I don't know what to tell you. There's other videos up. It came from a guy named Jeremy Cobell. You can pull it up. But it's Air Force footage from a drone that is verified. You tell me what the fuck that is.
Trent, no one cares. Why do you choose my room? Isn't there like a UFO room somewhere you can go and
because nobody lets them on stage in the other rooms.
Okay.
We're gonna make a UFO.
Having a good time.
Yeah, why don't you talk? Only the maggots let him on stage. Take your shit to beautiful smoke.
I'm not high nor drunk, and I was having a good time. So all the drunks and the high people have ruined my space. What's going on?
Well, you shouldn't have left these kids unattended. I tried to tell them. Excuse me, I'm telling on everything.
Oh, somebody just looking here with this lawyer.
I'm just saying, I said, y'all gonna get in trouble. And they said, no, we not. I
think I got 2 lighters.
So, I'm just saying, I try to tell people, but they don't listen to me. So,
I'll see my way out. I'm just trying to,
No, I mean, you're here now.
I understand.
Look at the motherfucker. Look at the motherfucker video.
It's okay. So we can build it back up. Let's get back to what we were talking about. Let's go back 20 minutes before you took your phone call. And before your phone call,
I gotta go find a racist in the hallway.
I'm a racist.
We need a different type. It's a mess over there. Okay, so pin your MAGA friends in, guys, so we can finish this. I thought we were having. Well, y'all having fun.
Hey, Lisa, there was a rally tonight. What's his name? Bernie had a rally in McAllen, Texas, next to where Trent lives, with a Democratic congressperson named Casas. They had a huge rally, on No King's rally. That city apparently went for Trump, so now they mad. Now, I don't know why they went for Trump. Well, they said because he lied to them. That's what it was. That's what it's about. He lied. So they believed that he was going to, I don't know what he said is all the immigration that he talked. I'm not sure what the lie was. He told them what he was going to do with immigration, and everybody in the rally was damn near Hispanic.
I told you that.
I don't know what that was, but they mad now, so that's a good sign.
No,
right?
they're not. Look, I know.
Shut up, Linda! I'm talking. Hush your mouth.
I have never heard Miss Debbie. Let me lay down real quick. God, I'm canceled.
I didn't even know there was a rally here, but I'll tell you whenever it's done.
Shut your ass up, boy.
Ooh, that's actually racist.
I swear to God. Okay, now you guys see. Yes, Dragon.
Peace to the room. I'm sorry, y'all.
No.
Are you done?
No, shut the fuck up.
Okay, all right. Let me know when you're done.
This is my story. I'm telling it. You had a chance, you didn't. You want to talk about some fucking UFOs.
Maybe Trent is a UFO. Go ahead, Miss Debbie.
And I don't need your backlash about what I'm saying. You didn't even see it. It was all mostly Hispanics at the rally.
Nothing.
And so that you come off the mic again, I'm gonna cuss you out for real.
Okay, baby. You know we're going.
Don't call me baby. Don't gaslight my ass. I don't need no gas in my ass.
Gas in her ass. Oh my God, Miss Debbie is on one right now. So y'all get out the way. Get out the car. Go ahead, Miss Debbie.
Thank you. They're mad. They said that he lied to them, and they're angry down there. So I'm not sure what they heard for all of his campaign, but now they're upset, and so maybe something like that is going to be trending. And I'm done. Shit, I'm done.
That was hilarious. I thank you so much for that, because I'm going to look it up. And Trent in here, and breaking news is right there in his front yard, and he ain't mentioned nothing about it.
Yeah,
it's right there on his porch.
Yeah, he's at the McAllen Convention Center. I'm looking at the pictures. There's 1,600 people at the McAllen Convention Center with Bernie Sanders. I do see it. She's 100% right. And listen, it's 97.8% Hispanic. They're all Hispanic here. The other 1%, the other 2% is white. So, you're not breaking news that it's just all Hispanics. But no.
That wasn't the news, motherfucker. The news was they voted for Trump.
Wait, I gotta get my
Shut the fuck up. Don't take what I said and turn it into what you want it to be. Why don't you stop centering yourself, nigga?
Oh, so look, the Hispanics here, by and large, are actually still happy with the Trump administration because of the stoppage of what was occurring on the border. What was happening on the border was a problem. Now, what they do not like What they do not like is going and interdicting. And like I was talking about before, when they were going into the Rosses and the swap meets and picking up people, these are our neighbors, literally. They do not like that. That interrupts business.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Trevor, but that doesn't even make sense. What did they think he was going to do?
Why is this mic so loud? Not you, Trent. Why is your mic like?
Yeah, my bad for cutting you off, Trent. I just wanted to catch that point. You said that those people that voted for Trump don't like that they're going into Ross and stuff. But, I mean, he said he was going to go grab people. I mean, how did they think he was going to go grab these people?
They're usually, I was trying to explain this earlier, down here, we don't see interdiction. It doesn't happen down here. It's very, in fact, I've lived here 6-7 years, and it just never happened down here. There's been minor ICE raids, like on people that are violating like human rights, like human smuggling, but typically the 60 miles in between McAllen, so on the border, South Texas, you have McAllen, Harlingen, and Brownsville. There's about 1.79 million people in that metropolis. There's a lot. It's a lot.
So everybody else understood my point, right?
We got your point. Yeah.
Let me finish what I'm saying. So you can.
And they're angry at Trump. Let you do shit, nigga. Shut up.
Okay.
But stop trying to. What I'm talking about ain't even what you talking about. Nobody's disputing. Texas is a red motherfucking state. And so what? So what? They had a rally of Democrats tonight. That's what I'm talking about.
It's a Democratic area. We are a Democratic area.
You didn't even know until you just looked it up. Shut up.
I did. So let me just finish so I can tell JD, because if you don't want to hear it. Look, there are 1.79 million people in between essentially Mission, Texas, which is the far west, until Brownsville. Brownsville is where SpaceX is.
Okay. The question was, what did they think he was going to do when they voted for him? That was the question. Answer the question. We don't need a geography lesson. Answer the question.
If you don't
answer the question.
Yes, ma'am. If you don't understand the geography, you don't
answer the question. What did they think he was going to do?
Ma'am,
they voted for him.
Deborah, calm down. So
no, you calm down.
North of here to a place called Encino. That is the second checkpoint. So there are 2 checkpoints in Texas. There's one when you come across the border, and the second checkpoint is 16 miles north of here. Below the second checkpoint, we do not have interdiction, because it's known there's so many Hispanics and people that come back and cross to work. We are a major supplier of grapefruits and lemons and citrus, and then also in our warehouses, it's Whirlpool, Samsung. Major suppliers that bring they bring it over from Mexico, they assemble it here, load it onto trucks, and then it goes throughout the U.S. That's how China gets around a lot of shit. So we're a major port. We usually do not have any interdiction in here.
It's your fault, JD. I'm gonna get you.
Last week, why I said it was such a big deal is that they were going into our Rosses and to our swap meets to do interdiction is because you're going to round up you're going to round up thousands of people, right? 30% to 35% of our population is undocumented. So that's why.
So why did they vote for a man that was going to do that, and they didn't want him to do that?
Because the people that live on this side of the border, I'm going to get to that. I'm landing the plane. The people that live on this side of the border are second and third generation, and they are fleeing the violence that has happened.
That's bullshit. That's what most immigrants are saying.
You want to know the answer? I'm trying to tell you the answer.
But you're making this up. Honestly.
No, I'm not making this up. I live here.
Yes, you are.
I live here.
You're telling me you don't want to hear no more. The answer, maybe
there are people on the opposite side that have left Reynosa, Matamoros, and northern Mexico the right way. These are people with money that have come across here, and some of them are afraid of what is on the other side of the border because of the violence that happens on the other side.
Okay, all right. So Trent, you just literally said. So the people that I'm gonna tell you what this came out of your mouth. So the people that voted for Trump are now mad that they're deporting the people, that they're deporting immigrants because immigrants are fleeing for their safety. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, it affects our hotels. A lot of people employed here in restaurants. And
so why did they vote for him when Trump said he was going to do this in the first place?
Because they wanted to stop. Most of the people that were coming over were not from Mexico, right? So most of the people that were coming over, you got to understand, it was China, India, Honduras, Venezuela. These are not the same people from.
Yeah, but that all that doesn't matter because when Trump campaigned, he said they're going back.
JD, you're asking me the question I'm trying to answer.
No, you're not. Respectfully, Trent, you're not answering it. I got it. You're trying to answer it. The problem is, what you're saying doesn't make sense. I hear you trying to answer it, but it just simply doesn't make sense. You don't know because it doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense for people.
How are you going to tell me I don't know?
Because you're not in these people's. Clearly, you're not in these people's minds. They voted. You're saying they voted. I don't believe what you're saying to be true.
What are you talking about?
I don't believe what you're saying to be true, though. They voted for Trump. Trump clearly campaigned that he was going to deport people by the millions. And now you're saying these people are mad that voted for him because he's actually doing it.
Not all of them are mad. Here's what you gotta understand. Not all of the people here are upset. There are still a lot of people that support Trump. They wanted secure borders because what was happening in the Biden administration, even I have to admit, was way overboard. It did become a crisis in 2023. I had Africans in my front end.
All right, so that's the risk they took voting from. So they wanted him to secure the border.
They wanted,
and this is also the result. I mean, you can't pick and choose. When you vote for someone, you're getting all of it. You can't just say, I voted for this one thing, and I hope he doesn't do this other thing. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people here, JD, that, and I would be one of them.
So you're just complaining about the Africans?
Yeah, I had Africans in my front yard in 2020. I think
this is
2022.
obviously Trent Day.
That's
Trent days. Trent's been going ever since I've been at work. He's been going the whole day. Trent, you didn't go to work today?
He act like his wife don't let him talk at home.
What did you have to do today? Because you've been on one the whole day. What's going on?
I didn't have anything to do today. I was off. That's what happened.
Oh, no wonder. Okay.
Remember?
Because before you came in with the beautiful baby in your picture, we were sitting in here going over this speech or this news conference that really set me off with you earlier today, that really started this whole thing. And it was very interesting, the kind of response we were getting, listening to it piece by piece, like stopping it every minute and discussing what he said. And I just am I will reiterate, I am very disappointed that you would even say, did you listen to his news conference today? It was so succinct. Did you listen to it, Trent? Were you sober when you listened to it?
Yeah, but I was sober. But like, let me stay back on JD's point. Let's not.
Go to Lisa's point. You're done with you. Come get me.
Now go to Lisa's point, Trent, because you all over the place.
No, let him finish up with you, JD.
I apologize to everybody.
I think he's on the menu. No. Trent's on the menu because he's been dipping into everybody's, got his hand in everybody's plate. So we gonna let him just go right ahead and till we get finished, till dinner is finished. Go ahead, Trent.
What you have to understand that everybody here's calculus is not the same. And when you have we've seen, when you have 200,000 people at your border, people here there are some people here with significant amount of assets and money. I think we're the highest rate of Land Rovers, Range Rovers sold per capita. So there's a huge disparity in the haves and the have-nots. We're also one of the poorest counties. Cameron and Hidalgo counties are two of the poorest counties in the U.S. So there's a huge disparity. So a lot of wealthy Hispanics have moved here, right, to flee the violence, because the violence in Mexico is ridiculous, okay? and they have moved here to free the violence. They operate businesses or other practices just on the other side of the border, but they live here. And so they are actually afraid of importing that violence here. So that's why you see this dichotomy between Cameron County and Hidalgo County voting 55% for Republicans. Elaine.
And again, my point was we're having a rally with Bernie Sanders and a Democratic congressman suggests that they're waking up and seeing what they've done and wanting to. People are coming out. They are activating people. Was the only fucking point that I wanted to make. That's it. It's a whole red fucking state. And nobody said it wasn't. And why you interject yourself into every conversation with a bunch of bullshit and an every response does not have to be an opposing opinion. It doesn't, Trent. I don't know what your problem is, but you do have one. You don't have to oppose everybody's answer just so you can get you some extra time on stage. Because most of the time, when you have something to say to follow up, the first thing out of your mouth is, I actually agree. I actually agree. As if it matters. As if it matters. As if it's going to substantiate the thing that's going to follow out of your mouth. Most of the time, it fucking doesn't. It actually ends up being real stupid. It falls in a real dumb place for you to agree. And then the next sentence start with a bunch of opposing shit. And just in case you didn't know, it doesn't land well. It makes you look dumb. While you're steady telling people who is the smartest person on the app. Every time you want to have a conversation with somebody, they're the smartest person on the app. Like, your mores don't change. Your MO is the same. Tonight, I don't want to. I land.
Wow.
Okay. Anybody else want to jump in there? I mean, because Trent, she called you. She read you precisely. But
I'm talking to actual. No. I'm talking to a Hispanic woman right now. She's listening to y'all, and she's with y'all on a lot of things. Do you want to say something?
I mean, I can't really say much because I have family. We've grown. I'm 42 years old. I grew up all the way until I was 20 in Mexico, and then the rest of the time in the States. So I have family that have gone through the entire process and family that has been born in the States, so I can get both sides. For me, I just find the dude being fucking arrogant, and I just find him ignorant. Yes. Yeah. But that's just the only thing. I just don't like his face. Other than that, I can see both sides because I've grown up going and in both cultures.
Why do some people here support in McAllen? Why do some people here support Trump? Can you speak to those?
Yeah, I cannot.
See, she can't. Don't force her either, Trent. She can't. She can't speak. She can't speak to that bullshit.
I cannot. I'm sorry, I cannot.
Okay.
I cannot because I personally do not.
Yeah.
But that's me.
Ask her how did she feel? Did people vote for him or against Kamala?
But you know what? I can't say because I'm not a political person. I'm sorry. Yeah. I am not a political person whatsoever. To each their own. I don't get that passionate about that shit. Sorry.
We good. Wrong person to ask.
Not another Manfinity doing sidewalk interviews.
Nah, he's doing a border on the streets. Which is crazy.
So that is literally one of my, just FYI, that my wife's outside with one of our neighbors. She's what we call a bi-interracial or international, because her father worked for General Motors in Mexico, but she lived on this side, so her views are different, and that's why I just stuck them up. She's not a very political person, though she's more well-to-do. She doesn't understand. She's on y'all side on.
So y'all see what he did, right?
Yeah, y'all side.
Not address anything that I said. He quickly changed the subject, put it on his neighbor, so that yeah.
You
heard me. You heard every word I said.
But to be fair, how do you respond to that? You like roasted his life. Like, how do we have a conversation about that? He just took it, and then we moved on. Like, I thought that was fair. What did you want?
And didn't nobody ask you what you fucking thought either.
Did you just want drama, Deborah, or what's the intent?
No, I don't want drama. He said out the car, but you know what?
Out the car.
You wanna go with me? Let's go, nigga. Come on. Because as far as I can tell,
we don't need no Captain Save
that brings the drama.
Can we get a prayer in here?
You the one like to bring the drama. I can pray for myself, and Pastor prays for me every day.
Every day.
And you should have asked for that prayer before you jumped off that damn microphone about me.
Let me put down this cantaloupe real quick and handle Miss Deborah. Hold on a second.
Yeah. He didn't say he gonna put down a cantaloupe.
All right, Karen.
I am enjoying this cantaloupe though, but anyway.
When I said y'all side, so hold on. Let me address that.
No, don't tell me to hold on.
No, all right, to the chat. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
When I say y'all side, there are two different sides to this, right? And while I respect and want immigration, I recognize that unfettered immigration is bad, and it's actually mostly bad. It's actually mostly bad for African American communities. If I was going to be honest.
No, what a
that's why
you didn't say none of that before the election. None of that.
Who gave this motherfucker a thumbs up so I can throw him out the room?
So come off the mic, Ed.
The way you phrase it, you make it sound like you're intentionally on the other side of the position.
Thank you, Ed.
Every time.
Every time. This man lied about voting for Congress. I swear to God, this nigga did not vote for Congress.
JD, if I voted for Trump, I would have no problem telling you.
Yeah, maybe so, but I just nothing you say aligns with.
Man, you sound like you didn't vote at all.
I tell you, I wasn't there with you. You said you voted. I got you.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Are you first lady?
Back to Ed.
Are you first lady? Are you first lady?
Hold on, first lady talking. Trent, listen to me. You know, I just want to say the test that we took earlier today, really, to be honest with you, Trent is a high independent, close to being conservative. So his viewpoints are going to be a little bit more extreme than someone who's at the lower end of independent, close to liberal.
Yeah, he was pushing to 30.
Exactly. I'm only saying that because a lot of times it always seems like Trent is flipping. Mentally, he really is. He's really crossed in between a lot of ways of different thinking. But he doesn't understand when you guys are saying what he's saying is, and what I'm saying to you, Trent, is the fact that when you say certain things around certain people, it helps to legitimize that other side. And even though you're going to be beholden to how you vote, your words could make others believe that they are right in their thinking.
I agree.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I completely understand what you're saying. What I try to impress, and Ed likes to be in the chat, and what I try to impress is there are two sides to the story. There is a problem with immigration, especially when we're talking about the African American community and the working class. It is a negative. It is a net negative to that community, right? To that working class community, and to completely ignore that is to ignore reality. And yeah, I was actually less when we did our little survey. I was a little less than CEO. I am an independent, but I do see both sides of issues.
You're a flip flopper.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not.
You like the chancleta. You flip flop. Yes. You know why? Because when you're in here, you try to pull towards one side to agree with the room, and then when you're in another room, my anonymous account told me that you are trying to flip to the other side. So it's like you just want to fit into the stage. And that's why I'm not surprised that you got independent, because you was really listening to the questions and you wanted to be in the middle because you want to flip flop to either way.
No, you're correct. There's nothing wrong with having two sides.
So 1 minute he's on the border side, and then he's on the other side of the border saying, "No, I'm a citizen. Oh, I have sex with a woman that's a citizen too. No, she's not an immigrant. She's third, fourth, fifth, sixth generation." You can't. I don't understand that.
I know
you can't be both.
Yes, you can't.
Trent, I think it's okay to recognize two sides to a position, but you really should have a position on your own.
This shit is black and white. There's no motherfucking gray up in this bitch.
You never explain your positions to the point of saying where I stand here. It looks bad the way you do it.
1 minute he stands with the immigrants, the next minute he's like, "Nah, I ain't fucking with those immigrants."
Okay, so
wait a minute. Is it possible?
Oh, can I say something? So
yeah,
Ed,
hold on.
What Ed said is exactly right.
Let the first lady speak. I'm just like, Lisa, I need you to take that test next. Thank you.
So listen, I just want to say,
like it's loaded like you guys. I'm like, what's going on?
Listen,
I'm loaded with water. I'm gonna have to get some water too. I'm gonna go get.
All right, I want to hear from Trent, but I really want to do a deep dive in that, and then also change some of the questions around to fit more in 2024, because I don't know if y'all paid attention, that was more of based off of 2020, and I feel like a lot of people, their numbers could be higher depending on how things look now in 2024. But yeah, Trent, you say these things, the people say this. What do you say for yourself, sir? You said, Ed, go ahead.
First of all, by my job category, I'm trained to stay in the middle and not pass judgment on things, because you have to err on the side of caution. Just real quick, in 2023, a lot of people didn't think AI would work, and they thought it was overhyped. And now and I was one of the people who was like, no, I think it's going to be big. And now in 2025, everybody is on top of it. People are often don't recognize our what's the word I'm looking for? Our mentality and like our beliefs interrupt our long-term thinking. And so, Ed, you are correct. I don't make it. Things change, and you have to be malleable, and you have to be okay that situations may change. You may be on one side of the fence at one point, and then things change and you may have a different view. And so on the immigration view, right? My mother was an ESL teacher in Los Angeles, and I'm actually very pro immigration. But now living down here in the past 4 years, when it became there is a limit, I recognize that there is a limit to it, because when we started shipping people up to Chicago and up to Washington and up to New York and to all these places, and people had to deal with the unfettered immigration that we were dealing with down here on the border, it caused problems, especially in the Black community. And I also recognize, because of the places that I'm in macroeconomics, that corporations exploit this labor for their
Trying to be a politician.
All right, come on, wrap it up, man. You spend so much time.
You know he's the best salesman in Ford. To be a salesman, you gotta talk like that. That's what sells cars. But he thinks that we stupid, like we was born yesterday.
You took 4 minutes to powder puff us, and then you finally get to the point. Come on, hurry up, man.
I don't cuss you out, but I don't fucking sell cars.
Oof.
Oh, you pissed them off with that one. Damn.
You know how many times they told you, Mr. Salesman, and now you're gonna get upset because I said that? Don't need your feelings. Okay, you're not a salesman. Okay.
I try to have the same respect for you that you have for me.
I have plenty of times they told you that, and you know what you say when the men tell you that? You don't say I'm
Trent.
Oh, you want to respond to me because I'm a woman? Okay.
All the stuff you were called on this stage, you got mad with.
Let's say please. Can I say something first?
He didn't get upset when they called the monkey, but he got upset when somebody said he was a car.
This is the reason why
I don't call out of your name. And if I called some of y'all some of the fucking names that they call you, you would be upset. But I don't do that.
Listen.
You guys are triggering me.
Calm down. Listen, calm down.
Stop drinking.
You're not helping the situation. 1 second. Okay, because this is why we never get past go on Monopoly. And this is, I'm dead ass serious. We gotta learn to communicate. Now, you said all that, and then you get to the end, and we really don't understand what your real point is. But this is what I think your point is. Is he still there? Okay. I think Trent is saying that reform is needed. I don't know about you all, but I agree with him in regards to the immigration and how things are rolling. Is that such a bad thing to say, that immigration needs reform? Yes or no? Anybody raise your hand? Okay, so y'all don't feel as though immigration needs reform.
I don't know how to use icons anymore.
I feel like immigration needs
work for 40. You don't know how to use your emojis.
You have to tap your English.
But First Lady, for real. Let me just say one last thing, and then I'm gonna be done.
But
When I suggest, huh?
Go ahead. I said I wasn't done, but go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No worries. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that I was trying to start a conversation about the rally and the possibility that the tide could be turning. We didn't get to have that conversation because Trent jumped in and said, no, it's not, and wanted to go into the stats about the makeup of McCallum. That wasn't fair. He didn't even let a discussion, open up. He shut it down and said, no, it's not. It's not turning. I mean, the tide is not turning. How does he know? And it was just the fact that they had a rally, a Democratic rally in the Republican city was my whole point. And he brushed it aside. It didn't even get any airtime. Because he had to jump in and flip it.
It's a Democratic city.
That was my point.
But what I'm trying to tell you is it's a Democratic city. McAllen and Harlingen, Brownsville, they're Democratic cities, and they always have been. It's not till 2020 that they have flipped, and it's primarily because of immigration.
Okay,
but no, traditionally they have been to Democratic cities, and they really still are. I'm going to give it yes.
Okay, but wait a minute. Hold still. No, because listen, no, you're not dealing with part of the problem here. Part of the problem is now you're trying to explain why you said what you said, when that was not the purpose of what she's saying. At the end of the day, even though you're giving the back statistics about it, if in fact they did switch up and they voted for Trump, she's saying that it looks like they're going back to whatever they were. Okay, so now you agreeing with what she said.
I was trying to say that, but you keep cutting me off. So what's the point of talking to you?
And that's why I say when you powder puff that way, people don't get a chance to hear what you're saying. That was my whole point in trying to prove that to you. This is the reason right here, because you actually were supporting her, but the way you come about saying it and you articulate it, it doesn't come off that way. Hence why people start going off.
That's fine. I'm in agreement with her. These are democratic cities. The people here, now that we have interdiction, That's what I keep saying. Nobody ever expected interdiction south of Encino in the 60 miles in between here and the border, because it's never happened before. And now that they see it, the people are going back against it, because we have our neighbors. I have neighbors, my daughter's friends, that are making plans at what happens to the 14 and 17-year-old daughters if dad or mom gets deported, and what they would do. These are realities down here that people are making plans for. I have neighbors that have moved out and gone and moved on their own, right? And so this is a reality that I live in. And it's not something that I kind of think about. It's these people that I know and live with. So it's not something that I have to go ask people how they feel. I understand how they feel about it, because we deal with it on a daily basis as well.
So there's a couple articles specifically about this area out. So I was reading them as Trent was going on his monologues, right? And there's one from AP, there's another one from Texas Review, whatever the hell it is, and there's another one here. And essentially they all say variations of the same thing, right? These are areas in Texas that have voted Democratic for 100 years. Specifically, they only voted for Trump in 2020 because it says, according to these articles, the Democratic Party infrastructure in these states are half empty, and the positions are not even fully occupied in these counties. They feel left behind by the Democrats, and that's why a lot of them voted for Trump. That's pretty much it. Like, that's what all the articles say, according to what I've been reading. So now that we have this covered, we all agree we can move on.
Can I just say, I think what I got from what Kevin was saying was that there was a possibility, because the people have said, for some kind of revival or an opportunity for Democrats. And what I was taken away was, because Trump responded, a potential conversation, a broader conversation didn't occur.
100%. Thank you. Because Trent is always waiting to respond, never listening to what's happening. It's always waiting to respond with the opposing.
Why do people that don't live here? Like, you don't live here. So you don't understand the border encounter numbers. You don't understand.
Don't tell me what I don't fucking understand. There you go again. There you go again. There you go again. There you go. There you go. There you go again. Which is why we can't have conversations.
No, we can have conversations.
You don't listen. You're always waiting to respond. You're just waiting to respond. Never listening to the other side. You don't hear what anyone says. You take out the part of what they say that you want to then oppose. Instead of listening to everything that they say before you open your big mouth.
Are you done?
Because you have to be right. You'll know when I'm done when I go off mic. You have to always be right. You have to be opposing everything that someone else says, even when you agree with it. You oppose it. And just a couple hours ago, I believe we had the same score. So you're not even the only fucking independent-minded thinking person in the room. You're not in the room by yourself. But you know what I can do? I can listen to other people. And I don't always have to be the opposing side, the opposing voice. It doesn't make the room echo chamber. I can see more than one point of view. Just like you can. Just like every other person in the room can. And it's not fair when you get to say, nobody understands. You don't live in Rockwall, but you think you know every fucking thing about it because you got a friend here and there in Rockwall. So you think that you're the expert on Rockwall. And if you're not the expert, you know the expert who keeps you informed. So for you to come off mic and tell me I don't know anything about McAllen, you don't know what the fuck I know. What do I need to know? That I can't have an opinion. There was a rally in McAllen. And whether you think it was blue or not, they voted for Trump. So it wasn't blue this go round. So the point was, what did they say, or what did he say that they believed that made them vote for him instead of the blue candidate, if it's so blue? Why you're not willing to have that conversation and you have to turn defensive and tell us why it's red and not blue, I don't even know. But that's what you felt like you needed to do. And so, First Lady took the time to try to explain what was happening. I'm sure you heard her, but you didn't listen. And it doesn't matter what anyone else says. You're still going to push back. You never try to change your tone. And if in your job, you are to be neutral, and that's where you get it from, you must not be doing a good job. Because you don't even know how to be neutral. You flip-flop. So maybe you need to assess your skills on your job and learn how to be neutral.
Cool, is you cool? Yeah, okay, anyway, so I just dropped in the chat from 2022. We talking with Beto O'Rourke here in McAllen. And this is... What's up, Marshall? So this is this has been a Democratic group stronghold. I know multiple journalists.
Lazo is an anti-Semitic, Jew-hating, rat-faced, pubic hair-wearing, beard-wearing, ugly motherfucker who's low IQ and stupid. He's a waste of time and a waste of space.
We voted for the Democratic Party. We voted for the Democratic Party the Civil War, 1867 to be precise. And he's given way elected a Republican representative to Congress. And then in 1869, the representative was choked out. We've been represented by Democrats ever since until this election.
So
nobody believes me unless a white man says exactly what I said in 2015.
We're going to listen to white folks, and here's why I say you should listen to me. I live a half mile from one of the busiest border crossings in the United States. It is one of the it's one of the largest ports. I talk to the heads of the Border Patrol.
I'm listening to Patty's room.
Breaking news. JD Vance calls.
Because you guys are boring. It's the same fucking conversation listening to you guys every single time.
I want to try to play that clip if I can find it. Go ahead, continue.
My best friend? That's not my best friend.
And Marshall, we actually live here.
Yeah, I know, because I met him in San Diego while I was with my sister's then boyfriend.
Who lives close to a border. Not the only one who lives around immigrants.
Brother, if you'll let me finish. If you'll let me finish.
You've been doing this for the last 2 years. And he's an expert on black neighborhoods, too.
Black things, black topics.
You're more accurate.
You've been around more Mexicans than black people, so you have to stop that.
If I can finish, I have changed my
stream.
When I lived in Houston, I had a different.
You already burnt out in the elevator shaft. That was as popular as you're ever gonna get.
And over the last 6 years,
we tried to consult you. Your Jewish media advisors tried to give you the best media practice and tips, but you just didn't follow through with it.
Immigration makes the United States stronger. I just believe that
Jew hater now?
The Biden administration was too much. Now it's too restrictive.
Lisa, you got that?
Well, that sucks for you. because, you know, living in hate just stains your soul.
Just talk to yourselves and
No, we just want to hit a clip.
Nobody hates you. People hate terrorists to kill people, stupid. You're not killing anybody.
This is an echo room if we don't allow you to just continue.
It's all politics, boo-boo. Wake up!
Tell us about tariffs. Yes, the tariffs work.
Brother, I live along the border where he does, and like San is the truth.
I agree with that.
Why are you cutting off Marshall? Why are you cutting off Marshall?
I was talking
Marshall wasn't in the conversation.
Yeah, but Marshall, did you? The crazy thing is, Marshall. The crazy thing is, no one really even disagree with him. We're just bottom line is what he's talking is gibberish. So you're really, Marshall, you're defending your friend. I got you. You don't even know what you're talking about this moment because he literally no one is even trying to have a back and forth with Trent. Trent is going on about a point that no one really is.
Trent is drinking and he's just having diarrhea of the mouth.
I ain't drinking. I'm drinking.
Oh yeah, I know. You got diarrhea of the mouth. I know.
That's
Total mouth.
Constantly. But the idea that somehow you're going to speak to national policy on immigration and school us on something because you live close to the Texas border, and that somehow that means that you understand national policy on immigration is just like really, it's laughable. Like that's your entryway to schooling us on national policy on immigration because your experience on the Texas border. I'm sorry, like
it's like barbers talking about the automobile.
You have said a lot of things.
All right, have a good night, Nora.
You've said a lot of things on this app. They haven't always, and you have used your proximity to people, your proximity to cars, your proximity to borders. You have used those every single time. And not everything you say comes out to pass. You don't acknowledge that. But people who are sober listen to you and hear these things all the time. So I'm sorry if I didn't let you for the 1,000th time tell us about how you live on the border and how you know these things because you hire Mexicans for cheap to clean your counters and to wash your floors. I apologize.
Nothing like listening to fat people go on. Go ahead, fat boy.
Okay, wow.
To get personal.
Y'all just trying off today. I'm
really want to piss him off, call him the salesman.
I'm fat and you're a drunkard. I'm fat and you're a drunkard. So I guess we all have our things.
I'm willing to admit it. But there is
he's admitting. I'm glad the recordings is running. Keep admitting, baby. Keep admitting. Go.
There is a huge.
Say he's a drunk, guys.
There is a huge.
And I got my flip flop right here.
This is why no one wants to talk to you. Like this is why you
I'm gonna spank you.
You're here every single day. You're here every single day. Triggered. You say
I'm a drunk. I can't be sober when I'm home.
Trey, you've been talking for over an hour straight, and you say don't want to talk to us. You don't want to talk to us.
Gotcha.
You are here.
You won't listen to Marshall. You won't listen to Marshall who lives here. Listen to Marshall.
Marshall better stay out of the way so he don't get shot up.
Marshall doesn't even know the conversation.
Because the bullets is flying in this room. And we don't, you always the innocent bystanders always get hit. So Marshall, stay back.
Yeah, come on.
We've heard about you and the border and from Marshall 1,000,001 times.
They're roasting Marshall.
What's the point of it?
They're roasting Marshall.
Marshall and what? Oh, is this TV's room?
No, this is called Lisa's 420 Lounge. Trump undermines intelligence with Royal, Deborah, and Dr. A.J.
Oh, because he said, because Trump said, I think they're building a nuclear weapon, and some reporters say, well, Tulsi Gabbard begged to differ.
It's so funny how people experience reversals on the index, and Tulsi is one of those people because she's like a social media content creator. I don't know if you know anything about her, but her husband films and produces all of her content, and they're a beautiful couple. But they are also mixed up in this Hare Krishna global peace movement, meditation peace movement. So there's like a whole iceberg underneath her that people don't realize that she's in a cult. Not a bad cult per se, because it's a peace movement cult.
What's the word? One endorsed by George Harrison.
Yeah, it could be worse.
And John Lennon. And Ringo Starr.
But I will never forget that the day that it was announced that Biden won, she fully endorsed Biden and said we have to move on and embrace our new president.
Won what?
When it was announced that he won the election.
Oh, like in 2000? I mean 2020?
Yeah. Yep. She was the first to come out and endorse.
So why didn't Trump hold her like that? That should have gotten her a shit card.
I don't think people's memory is so short, and she puts out so much content.
Really evil. Like if you fuck them over once, you're shit for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Ooh, Clubhouse versus Pepe. Somehow Pepe is winning. Ooh, that's a room you should report.
Let's see.
Healthy debates. I'll change the title. 85 people in there.
Okay, I'll go in there.
On your another phone?
No, on my burner account.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not happy. You know who's gonna go.
That's a good room. I love Roger Mayhem. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Hold on, Alexander.
You actually have experience working in the fields.
Wait, what field?
We're gonna need you in those fields again.
What fields?
The vegetable fields, fruit field, all those fields.
Yeah, we all in the field. Okay, I can say you need to be in the photography field. That's the only field I need you in. Okay,
you're gonna be in the field.
Be in the photography field, but because that doesn't hurt me. You know, I just want to be clear that racism thing that y'all fake whites try to do on black people. I'm a wealthy black. That doesn't work on me. Like I consider you everybody below, just like a roach or something. So that doesn't work here. Like you saying, I'm gonna get back in the field. What the fuck? Do you know where my family comes from? No. But to double back, just no trolling aside, we're seeing why you march for George Floyd, right? Because the police department, you know, and how the police, just the industry on how they treat human beings. So I just want to put that out there. And there are black people who are marching, you know, specifically, but I can't march because I'm tired. It's like, you know, it's summertime. We're supposed to be.
I know, I was kind of content with what I was listening to. But this is. Oh yeah, this is much better. Yeah, Ion does good rooms. Have you ever been to an Ion room where he just sits there and pontificates for like an hour? There's like 1,000 people in the room. It's crazy. Because this is like my hand grenade that I'm about to leave as I walk out of my apartment. This is just like, meaning that like the room is unrecorded, but this is recorded. So it's like, it's stupid to do unrecorded rooms because people just sit there. And, you know, I don't even have to use space on my phone. This is the greatest thing about using Clubhouse. You want to store conversations. You know, it doesn't take up any of your own memory.
They have terrorized the black community. There's been cleansing against black Americans. And so there's no love between those two communities. As far as black Americans are concerned, the Hispanics are just, if not worse, than white Americans. And so, yeah, that's why you didn't see hardly any, because there's the relationship between black Americans and Mexicans in this city is dead. Kendrick Lamar, you don't understand the politics of why he put Hispanics in his videos and why he constantly tried to like show some type of bringing Hispanics into his art. It's not because he loves Hispanics. Well, you know, his wife her grandfather was Mexican, but nonetheless, the street politics of LA, and that is the last thing he wants is Hispanics to get mad and throw a tantrum.
Not too much on Vanessa Bryant. Not too much on Vanessa Bryant.
No, he doesn't want Hispanics to throw a temper tantrum and start attacking black people because that's what they'll do. So to keep the peace, he added up to the heart. But there's no love. There's no love between us. There's no black and brown love. That's a fucking lie. There's no black and brown love, and that's why you did not see black people present and standing next to these people because these people are evil, wicked, and they're getting what they're getting because their wickedness.
Okay, I mean, I'm sorry if you feel that way. I think that the reason why black people
feel that way, that's a fact.
It's because black people are just fucking selfish. That's it.
So
Mexicans are lovable and black people are not. That's the real deal.
Don't necessarily like that.
Everyone, hold on. I'll put the evidence real quick. Hold on.
Wait. Wait. I got one more thing to say before I go. You motherfucking Latin people think that you're the only ones being deported. Like, it's just so weird that you think that, like, the privilege that you have. What I want you to do is I want you to be a strong, like, white man that you've been pretending to be the whole time, Alexander, and stand up to his ass and do what you're supposed to do. You're a man, okay? Get up there and get your, what? I don't know, Alexander. You're just so feminine, and I see why nobody wants to.
He's a base Latino Chad. He's standing up for
Wait a second. Hang on for a second. You calling some other guy that he sounds feminine? Come on, man. You're pressing it a little bit.
Wait. What's wrong with being feminine?
There's nothing wrong with being feminine.
Period. So that's a compliment. I don't know.
Socks now and then. They don't bathe. They don't shower shit.
Yeah, and I know Alexander, y'all. So please, I know him. That's why I like bro with him. I mean, I don't like him, but he's very just interesting. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, please.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put the evidence in.
Pause for a second.
Good night, bro. You better follow me back or else.